Okay, kid, you want to start us off?
Welcome
Introduce
back
everything.
to the podcast that also has no name. Today we're talking about friendships and relationships. We're all friends here, and then there's me and Min who met like 3 days ago. But
And kid got
work
roasted.
in progress. And I got arrested.
Not
at
what I
all.
said, but yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
What did you say?
Nothing anymore.
I did not get arrested. So yeah, I'm freezing. Relationships and friends. We've all had them, whether they're significant. What do you call boyfriend?
Y'all have
Significant
Is it
other?
boyfriend or girlfriend,
Don't you
or
have
just like
okay?
regular friends? So we've been through the works.
Min's up good, so
Min's
there's
good.
that.
She has at least one of those things. and her
Stepsisters
boyfriend
do
could
not count.
also probably be her friend, so she could be
Maybe.
2 for 2. Zach, Mark.
Okay.
Nice guy.
Okay.
And so yeah, so let's talk. Let's start off with fuck it. Let's go straight into the juicy stuff. Significant other relationships. What do you guys think of those?
What do we think of those?
What do you guys think of those? Vince had one for 6 years. Mark has had a significant one, and Zach has had multiple ones, and I've never had one. So we get experiences from all different parts.
You're Virginian?
Kid
That's
is from
not what
Virginia.
that-
Yes.
That's not what that means.
Yep. Kid's from Virginia. Anyway,
What do you mean, Virginia?
there's a lot of different. We've all had different experiences. Kid's never dated anyone. I know Mark was in like a 3-year relationship. My longest was like a year and a half, and I've probably been in the most and fucked over the most. And Min's up good, and has been in one relationship.
We all have like actually varying experiences.
Yeah,
This is
actually
the one.
I'm gonna be that person. Is it up good if you've never experienced anything else?
Yeah, she's happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she doesn't need to see it.
Yeah, why do you
one,
need to
right?
experience?
This
I
is
mean,
the
yeah.
one.
I mean, yeah. That's just like how you feel about it. Like that's like he's it. Like he's got it.
End game, dude.
End game. See, that's how you know it's up good because
That's
like
how you, it doesn't.
if you're
why
not
does it
looking
matter how
anywhere
many
else,
had? Like I just think that like if I'm happy with the one person that I found, despite the lack of experience, I think it's pretty good.
yeah,
I mean,
I would
6
agree with
years
her.
6 years is a lot. That makes me okay. That doesn't put me at ease because as somebody who's like the direct opposite of you, like no experience, I often get the fleeting sense that like if I find like a girlfriend and that's like the one, I feel like I'm gonna get cold feet towards like the marriage part because then it's like I never experienced anything else, and I don't want that. But I also feel like that's fucked up for like my first girl.
But why do you want to
if she's never
experience
done it.
everything else if you can experience stuff with that person?
Oh, I just want to experience life.
Okay, see that's just a matter of like priorities then. You know what I mean? Like cuz I've had 2 relationships that went past 3 years. My most recent one was like 5.5. So like both of them are really long, but you just got to like make the choice eventually as to whether or not like the red flags or whatnot is kind of like something you can't see living with. It's just like you have to make that choice for yourself, like what you can and can't work with. I don't know.
I guess I just don't understand the experience part.
Yeah, why can't you experience life with that person?
Yeah, the thing is, like, I think, it starts to become sort of. I don't know if it's like weird or not that when like people just like when they date and then they say they want experience, but then they also become like they're like super like I don't know, down bad and lonely about it because they haven't found the one. Or like I you know I think that like the idea of soulmates is stupid. Like I that's what I think.
I
Um
wholeheartedly
I
agree
think
with
it's
that.
I
so
agree as well.
but
stupid.
like
It's
but
so
like
dumb.
I think you have to it's not like someone's destined for you. I think you have to pick someone. You have to pick someone that you have to pick the one for you. Like it's not like Hana's just like some destined lover for me. Like I think we've been through enough to know that like I want to spend the rest of my life with you because I trust you and I love you and all these other things, right? And like I don't think I need to I don't think I need to experience anything else than this cuz I'm yeah, it's just it's interesting that like cuz I you're not the only one that I know. I think I have a lot of other friends that are like, you know, like I just want to experience more, but then they're also very like lonely and sad a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for one thing, like off the soulmate topic, does a soulmate specifically have to be a significant other? Because I don't think so. Like, while I think soulmates are dumb, like I don't think your soulmate has to be like the person you fall in love with. Like I think like you could have a best friend and that's like your soulmate. Because I think dating is like more than just like being in love with the person.
I think the whole topic of
Let me
just a
process that.
soulmate is dumb. Like, just the whole concept of it is really far fetched.
Yeah,
Mm.
I agree. I agree.
And any relationship you have, there's gonna like you're gonna have to make compromise in some way. There's not gonna be one person that just like perfectly fits into every nook and cranny like a Tetris match of your life. Like it's just not gonna happen.
Well, I don't. I mean, okay. Obviously, there are people like that expect that out of a soulmate, but like for the normal people like us, quote unquote normal, these people are fucking insane. I'm being held hostage here. There's somebody outside of the door. I didn't agree to this pod. Anyway, I don't know where that came from. Weird. I still have leftover ligma. Um, but yeah, like I said, like I feel like relationships are like some people base their entire relationship off of being in love with a person, but a relationship is more than being in love with a person. It's about like sacrifice. So like I don't think soulmates are
I don't
about
like the word
perfection.
sacrifice. I like the word compromise.
Compromise is
Compromise.
a
That's what
less
you say.
Yeah.
offensive word.
As a non-experienced person, it's sacrifice to me.
Yeah, because like
'Cause I've
sacrifice,
never
like
had the
sacrifice
sacrifice.
would be like, you're losing something, whereas compromise is like working together to solve an issue. It's more of a together word. I don't know.
I
Blood
understand that.
sacrifice? No, not that.
Blood sacrifice.
I don't think there's a problem with like I don't think there's a problem with losing anything in terms of a relationship. Like people don't like the idea of like losing stuff,
Yeah.
but like it's like a compromise, a sacrifice. To me, it's the same thing because it's like there are things that I'm gonna miss out on in life. That's okay.
That's true.
True. I mean, it's all about the framing, right?
I just read what
Sacrifice.
Min typed.
Min.
There's always some
I think.
I
Go
oh
ahead.
yeah,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
think
Go ahead.
no 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 you're
Go ahead.
thinking
Go
you're
ahead. Go ahead.
thinking
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll keep thinking.
Zach you haven't had a thought in years, please. What tell us what you're thinking.
Well, there's a lot of times, especially younger people. Man, I've experienced this a lot. There's a lot of people that aren't willing to make those compromises.
Mm.
Basically they're just really like selfish, but not in a good way. Like there's selfish things you can do in a relationship that is like a good way to think. But there's a lot of times where people don't want to. They want to compromise, and then they just get scared, and then suddenly they're afraid of commitment because they don't want to make those compromises, and they're not used to like that big change in their life, right?
There's a lot of reasons for that. Like for example, I know a few people that like they compare themselves to other people a lot, and like their friend group, let's say, or whatever the heck it is. For example, like I know I won't say they're a friend, but like I know a person, right, an acquaintance that like literally I guess it was like her first or second boyfriend, and then her boyfriends had like multiple partners, but just the idea that he's had more partners already got her like, I need to experience more. We're not on the same footing. Like he's
Mm.
gone through this many women and I've only gone through like 2 guys. Like what is his where's his mind at? I need to like, understand where that, and it's just like
I think
one
that's
of those
really weird.
things. It's weird, right? Like for me personally, I mean, if you think that way, then I personally think that that's not the way you should view things. It's just like, yeah, it's relationships are what it is now, right in front of you, here and there, and working to compromise from here moving forward
You can't
together.
treat someone as if they were like someone you knew from the past. Like that
Yeah,
dude
of
is not
course.
going to treat you like one of the past girls he's been with, and if he does, that's a red flag. But
Yeah,
but
I agree.
Can I ask a question?
yeah,
Because like, from like when you say that she said that, like I can understand because like the way like I don't know if I just misunderstood, but like the way that she framed it sounds like she was just insecure about her lack of
Yes,
experience
absolutely.
as opposed to like worrying about the experiences that he's had as if he was going to treat her the same. Like
Yeah,
she was more worried about having a lack of
I
experience,
feel like
and
most of the time, yeah, it's that.
I can understand where people come from because I've definitely been rejected purely out of a lack of experience. Like I've like gone to girls and be like, "Hey, like I've never had a girlfriend before," and that's like
a deal breaker to them.
the deal breaker, like the last deterrent,
Yeah,
because a lot of people don't want to be like the icebreaker, and it's very like understandable, but then it like kind of furthers the narrative, I
yeah.
guess. So it's
I
like,
guess
and I
they just
don't.
put a whole like I feel like they just put like a very big weight on the responsibility of being the first, and I don't know.
I
To
People
mean,
them,
reject people for having no
imagine.
That's so
Yeah,
weird to me.
it's really dumb,
yeah,
but it's like, I can understand. Like, imagine being like the first person to date a person and you fucked them up. Like, that's like heavy.
Well then don't fuck it up.
they'll fuck them up. Yeah, like it's that simple. Like
Maybe the fact that you're concerned that you're gonna fuck up someone is a red flag in itself. Like
yeah,
maybe
Pretty
that's
much,
a
it
bullet
is.
yeah,
That's a
dodge.
bigger concern than anything
for sure.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. But I did want to ask you guys, on the topic of commitment, what does being afraid of commitment look like? Because we hear a lot of people like in our generations say that like they're afraid of commitment, they can't be committed, or
Mhm.
I'm like talking to somebody that's emotionally unavailable. Like, what does that
Yeah, it looks
look
like
like?
me anyway, but no.
I'm about to call your ass
No,
out, boy, right now. Don't let
I
me, bro.
actually do get very scared of commitment. Due to the fact of my past trauma. 4 out of the 5 of my last relationships I've been cheated on, right? I get it. The person I meet isn't going to do that to me. There's no guarantee. But it gets to the point where, like, you think someone's cute, you kind of start to catch feelings. And then if it gets to the point where they do end up, like, reciprocating those feelings, at that point, you're like, oh, fuck, this could turn into something. And you just you get scared in a way.
Mm,
And then you kind of like, it's kind of like a barrier you need to get over.
mm.
And it's like, do I really want to commit to this person? In a way, it
But
depends on the situation, I guess. But there's been situations where I haven't had that barrier. There's been situations where it's been a very thick barrier, tall, a big barrier to overcome.
A dick barrier.
There's no dick involved. I don't have to get over a
It's
dick.
not very thick. I mean,
Could be. Anyway,
huh?
but it's like it's at the point where do I see myself being with this person for a long time, right? And that's why things like if I want someone that's like very focused on their future like I guess oriented, and if they have like no plan for their future, that's a big turn off for me. Because I think about like in the long run, if I'm gonna spend like a year with this person, is it gonna be like not a waste of time, but is it gonna go
I mean,
anywhere?
there's a way to play devil's advocate for this. So, for example, like maybe, right, playing devil's advocate, maybe there's a you're putting too much emphasis on that future aspect, which kind of puts an expectation and a strain from the get-go. Because you're pretty young, right? The person you're dating as well would be relatively somewhere around your age range, but you guys are still super young. So then,
No, Zach likes him old.
Oh, okay.
If she ain't
But,
like 43, then like
43.
And-
If she got a 401k, she can get
if she ain't got a 401k, then I don't want her.
Okay, well then. But yeah, like I feel like maybe playing devil's advocate, that's putting like a strain from the get-go. And then like maybe it's just like if you live it day by day, they'll figure it out, teamwork. You help her figure things out. She helps you figure things out, and you guys move forward together as you build the foundation, the building blocks in the early stages of your relationship to a brighter future. I don't know. There's that argument to be made as well. Thoughts?
No, you're right. But
It could
I
be that.
mean,
it's not like that's a deal breaker for me, right? It's just something that I find attractive.
True.
Is like if they have a plan, I guess. I guess
Mhm.
that's most people though. But
Yeah.
I've also met girls
So-
that just haven't gone to school in like 3 to 4 years. They have no plan. They just live at home.
that
Mhm.
shit is such
So-
a turn off sometimes.
But I do probably look too far ahead into the future just because I would like to avoid things I've already gone through in the past, and so I don't have to go through them again. Does
Yeah,
that set me back sometimes? Yeah, but
I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing to know what you want, like as a baseline. Like, yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. It's like you've gone through a lot of experiences to put you in the position where you feel as though, or you feel that that's what's going to help you avoid those kind of like potential hardships.
yeah.
I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
So, or do you want?
no, good.
So like, I feel like that like leads into like those concerns leads into like the question where it's like, and I guess I can like rephrase it for men as well, is like, are you guys like, me and Zach are 22, Mark's like 26,
Mark's like 40.
27,
I'm
no,
like-
24.
I'm like 80. I'm dying tomorrow.
Damn, as long as I could get the back. I want everything in the back. And then Min's 26, but has been in a 26-year-long relationship. So it's like
26-year long relationship
26
since
60
birth.
that came
God
out that
damn.
year what is that shit called?
The
When you're,
moment out of
Arranged
my fucking
marriage.
mother's
Arranged.
womb, straight into her.
This
room.
is
Was set.
planned
She was
out.
one of the lucky ones. No, but are you guys dating to date or are you guys dating to marry? And for men, when you started dating Han,
Uh-huh.
were you dating
I love
him just to say, I like this guy, let me try this out? Or were you like, I think this guy, from the get-go, you were like, this guy is gonna be like it.
Well,
Like
I
that
think,
was just your plan.
so. Like, I have never been in a relationship. I think the major reason why is because everyone that I've met so far I don't think I would have had one, a long lasting relationship with, or two, anything substantial into the future. And I think that is important to put into like I don't want to put my time and effort into someone who I know I won't have a future with. That's just how I feel. And so like, like high school relationships, like I was never in a relationship in high school cuz high school boys are gross and dumb and have no futures yet. Like
True.
and so like I think I kind of liked to have this idea that like if I'm going to date someone, it has to be because one, I'm in love with them, and two, I think I can have a future with them. Like some sort of future. It doesn't have to be like marriage when I meet them or when I start dating them, but it has to be some sort of long-term future. And so like when we started dating, like I really liked him and I was like, okay, I can see myself in a long-term relationship with this person, and that's why we dated. But like as we dated, right? Like a couple years in, it's like, okay, well now I know that like with the experiences that we've had together, like I would like to spend the rest of my life with this person, sort of thing. So like I think it's all like different for everyone because I know people sometimes they date just to date, to like have fun, right? Like to experience the experience of dating different kinds of people. And like
Mhm.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just can't do it for myself.
Mm.
Yeah. What about you guys?
I'm not gonna get into a relationship planning to marry that person because it's very extreme to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I meet someone or if I've been friends with them, if I catch feelings, my first thought isn't marriage. No, like I want to enjoy my time. Technically, I'm dating to date, but if it gets to the point where like we've been together for a while, then like yeah, I'll think about it. But that's never gonna be like my first thought right off the bat is like dating to marry.
I
That's
think
fair.
if you can't even see yourself like 3 years into the future with this person, I wouldn't even. It's just like I don't know. I feel like it's too it's
Yeah.
too fleeting. If you date someone and you're like we could probably last like a year. It's like then it's a year of like I don't know.
Well, that's
Don't
Good
know.
experience. It could be a year of good experiences.
Or it could go
bad.
horribly
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah,
You know
or
how many
horribly wrong.
it could
It's
be.
like
I feel like people are too afraid to put like a foot in the door sometimes though. Like it's like
Yeah.
you know how many more amicable breakups there would be if it's like let's time this for a year and have a good time. Imagine if you have a good year and then you're just like, "Hey, I think this could work out.
why are you
Awesome." But if you have a
timing the
good year and
relationship?
yeah, like why don't we just like I feel like that would be like a great idea where it's just like you meet a person and be like, let's do this for a year. Have an amazing year. But then you realize like, hey, we don't want the same things. So you break up. But it was a amazing year regardless. And just because you broke up didn't mean it was a bad relationship.
I feel like I feel like in order to have a really clean mutual breakup, it takes two really mature people, and it's so hard to find people that like break up mutually. Well, it's not that I don't know, it depends. But like that's usually where a lot of things go wrong, like on the last
Hmm.
phase of a relationship. The arguing, people can't mutually agree that like this isn't working because someone's going to try. It takes two really mature people to sit down and have that conversation. And that's usually where things go wrong. But like for example, for me, I've been like lucky enough to like date people that like we were able to have that kind of conversation where it's just like
Hmm.
this is not really working right now. It could be because of this, it could be because of that. But I have many friends where that's that last stretch, that they closing the book portion of the relationship, that's where everything starts to crumble and burn. Like, you know,
True.
like I can still talk to my exes like we're
Which
friends.
is amazing. I
Yeah,
wish more
but like
people were like that.
yeah, a lot of
That's
people
what
don't have the benefit of being
Sometimes it
able to
doesn't
do
work
that.
out like that though.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
sometimes it
course.
sometimes.
doesn't. That's what Cal just asked.
Also,
Like,
Mark, are you dating to date too? Though? Or are you dating for a long
No,
time?
I always come into a relationship. I always come into a relationship knowing that like this could be it, right?
Okay.
This could be the one. Yeah. Now, like like I said, my all my relationships have always went past a year and a half, right? So
Mhm.
they're always like I'm like eventually like I don't look for it per se, but eventually there comes a point where it's just like maybe it's me, right? Or maybe it's just not working out because of the clashing of like perspectives and the growth with each other, whatever the heck it is. But there comes a point where so far at least where it's just like it's just not working. um
Mm.
yeah. Yeah.
Cal asked, do people stay friends with their exes? And I feel like that just varies
It
on
does
person to
vary.
person and how it ended.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, I think when two people mutually break up, it's like it's you can amicably break up that. I think you can still stay friends that way. And
Hmm.
it's easier to stay friends when both people mutually decide together that they should break up. But when one person is like I'm not feeling it anymore and the other
Like calling the
person is
shots.
still into them, it's really hard to be friends with someone you still have feelings for.
I
Yeah.
And
imagine
then
it's like getting betrayed.
Yeah, and like I think it's just different for everyone for sure. Cuz that for sure did not happen with Han's ex, and that was something else. So
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. There is some exes that I am friends with, and there's some that I'm not. Right? Just be just depends how it ends and like how people want to handle it. Like one of my exes, I literally talked to her like yesterday. We're just friends. She has another boyfriend. Like we've been broken up for like 2 years, but we're still just mutual friends. So it really just depends.
Yeah, it really does.
also, I don't really blame people who don't want to be friends with their
Yeah,
exes.
I don't blame
for
no.
sure.
Like,
Why?
It's not. You don't have to. Like, you don't have to be friends. Like, you
yeah,
don't have to
I
do
don't
anything.
I don't think you have to
Fair.
extend yourself. And especially, I
That's
think
fair.
okay, if like you both broke up and it was on friendly terms with each other, like I don't see
Mhm.
why you can't be friends. But like if you if people break up and one of them is still like super in love with the other one and the other person's just not feeling it anymore, like I would never expect the person who's still in love with me to like be my friend. You know, I think
Yeah.
that's expecting a lot
It
from
muddies the
someone.
water, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
For
Or if you
sure.
got like cheated on, like I would expect you to be like, "Fuck you!" Like I'm not gonna tell you like you should be friends with that person still.
Mm,
Like guys, it's
Yeah.
understandable.
Yeah. There's definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Hmm.
Well, like it, yeah. Whatever anyone goes through, it just depends. A lot of different situations out there.
For
Hmm.
sure.
But on the topic of like breakups, let's talk about breakups that are worse than regular breakups. Let's talk about friend breakups.
Oh my
What's it
god.
like breaking up with friends?
I feel like I'm talking a lot.
Does
Someone else want to go for a second?
want to lead on this?
Hmm.
No, you're good, man.
I got
Huh.
a lot to say, but
We
I'm
both
just
have
like
a lot to say.
I just feel like I've been talking a lot. So like
If you have stuff to say, just say it. It doesn't matter.
okay, I
Um,
think oh, go.
no, I
You
was
have a
gonna
thought.
talk about like a situation in high school.
Oh,
Yeah, go for it. Dude.
Trying to figure out how I want to word it. There's been multiple instances where I've had like groups of friends, and then you just kind of get pushed out of the friend group slowly, more and more, to eventually where it's just not a healthy relationship. And I've had a lot of friendships where it's just not a healthy relationship for anyone to be in. And most often than not, it's just people just don't talk anymore, and it doesn't end in a like a harsh way. At least for me, it's
like
really
a ghosting type of thing.
yeah. It's really
Just, like,
rare.
fizzles out.
Yeah, it's really rare for me to have a friendship that just ends because something like blows up. Mainly because I just mind my own business, usually. And if it doesn't work out and they don't talk to me anymore, they don't talk to me anymore. There's plenty of situations where things blow up and people act really dumb, but I've been through a lot of different friend groups through high school and even after high school, even now. There's a small handful of people that I can consider close friends. It also happens to be the same amount of people that I don't have to talk to every day. Like I can talk to Kid once a month. We act the same as if we talked every day. Same with Mark and Min. It's like I don't have the energy to talk to people every day sometimes, honestly.
No,
It's so much work.
it's draining. My family, sometimes I won't come out of my room for like 2 days. It's like I love my family, but they just like hate the fact, and I'm just like I I don't even want to be around myself right now. I'm sorry, like I can't be around you.
It took
Yeah,
It's like
I feel that,
I
man.
love you guys more than I love me, but sometimes I just need to like avatar state. Like, you know, like when Aang was in the ice caps and he was like boom for like
that's you.
a good solid 20. That's me. Like
It took
I
my
just
mom,
need
me moving out to
avatar
realize that
state.
I need like time to myself. Like our relationship got 10 times better once I moved out. She stopped
Yeah.
fucking bothering me, and then whenever I did talk to her, it wasn't forced. So then I can talk to my mom like she's one of my friends and just fuck around. Like, my family is really small, so friends are more important to me than family, honestly, because it's what I'm closer to. Even a lot of my like, yeah, even like my parents' friends. All my parents' friends are basically my extended family. And like, I'll tell people like I'm hanging out with like my parents' friends. They're like, "What?" I'm like, "That's normal." Like, I'll hang out with them without my parents. Just
Hey,
like
auntie.
we just okay. It's not like, I mean, I don't have like a stepsister yet, and kid is horny, and in conclusion, yet okay, but yeah, there's I don't know. There's a lot of situations. I'm trying to figure out how to word this nicely. A lot of people care about validation way too fucking much. And if they don't get that validation from you, then to them, you're not their friend.
That's fair.
And there's a ton of people. Okay, I hate Brady. There's a ton of people that will not. They just want to gain something out of a friendship or relationship. The amount of people I know that talk to people just so they can gain something out of it. And if there's no like immediate benefit for them, they're not going to put in the effort. And then they get sad that they don't have genuine friendships. It's really like weird.
A friendship on the basis of like, it's like a friendship on the basis of like selfishness, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, what can I get out of this friendship? But I guess it's kind of like clout chasey in a way, even if it's not for clout. Like,
But you know, I feel like that's very derivative of like the whole like mid 2000s to like late to like mid 2010s mentality, where it's like, if this person isn't contributing to your pocket or so and so and so, they shouldn't be your friend because they're not going to take you play. Like, and I've had my parents tell me multiple times, like, if this person isn't helping you study or like making you a better student or something like that, you shouldn't be friends with them. And that led me to being like really lonely as a kid, because it's just like, I can't bring like this friend home if they're not like a straight A student or something like that, or like if they're not like somebody that I can play tennis with that's going to make me a better player or something like that. So it's just like, and I feel like as like our generation grew, like you got to realize is like friendships aren't all about benefit. Yeah, like there are friendships that should be beneficiary, but then it's like normalize having different friend groups for different occasions. Like you can have like your party friends, and you can have like your like my streaming friends, like, and then like there's a reason the meme that exists. There's a meme that exists. It's like when you have a birthday party and all of your friends combine and you're nervous for the entire day.
Yeah,
because like you should have different friend groups for different occasions. Friends with benefits, I mean,
God.
But it's like normalize having different friends. Like there's nothing wrong with having a friend that serves absolutely no benefit to you besides like making you laugh, which is a benefit at the end of the day. But not every benefit is monetary.
Yeah, like the net outcome should be like positive, right? The net impact of having that friendship should be positive. But it doesn't necessarily have to be like I'm always taking, you know. It should be like a give and take type of thing.
This is kind of backtracking.
You know, rich people. Oh, go ahead.
But like, it's kind of more about relationships, but it's kind of, I don't know. I just thought about it late. Like, are you guys clingy? Like, personally, I like my alone time or time with friends, aside from the relationship. If I could spend like a day talking to my friends and I don't even like talk to her for that day, I'm fine. Like, or if she's busy and she's out with people, that's fine.
Wait, is this like relationship-wise?
Relationship, yeah.
Friends?
I
kind of
guess
backtracking
friends.
Like
towards
just
a
like the
relationship.
whole thing, or
Like if you're
Just
in a
in general.
from
relationship,
them? Okay.
like I've had exes get really mad if I don't reply for like an hour because I was like in a league game, and I was like,
Yes.
it's just it's really that's really like draining for me. I feel like.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. Like we had this conversation about like how we're only children. It could be that, but
Yeah.
like, I'm the same way. Like, for example, like, my ex would be like, "Oh, I want to go do this." I'm just like, "Go for it." It's like she'll be like, "But there's gonna be this and this person." I'm like,
Who
"So,
cares? Like,
I trust you. Like, don't fuck up." I don't know. No, I'm kidding. But like, yeah, like I don't care. Like I don't care. Like they could my alone time. Like I could do things with or without people, um, being there. I could still go on about it. But yeah, I would say I'm definitely not on the clingy side. So I can understand exactly where you come from. But I don't know if anybody else here is different.
Min's in a relationship, so
Oh yeah,
should
right, right,
be
right, right.
somewhat self-aware.
Well, actually, that's a good question to ask, Min. So, for example, how, if you want to go in on it, but like, for example, how do you and Han handle alone time? Like, because you guys are, you know,
Or do you just
We
want to be on him like 24/7? Like that's my man's.
so like I think earlier in the beginning we were pretty like hip, like attached to the hip to each other, and it wasn't so much one-sided. I think it was very like mutual. Like we wanted to spend a lot of time together. Um, so like I don't think we have problems spending alone time if we need it. So like he'll go play his games and I'll go on YouTube, like or I'll read a book or I'll do something else. Like I don't like I think we're pretty on point with like if we want to spend time together, like I'm here for you. But if you want to go have your alone time, go have your alone time. Like I'm like we're pretty introverted, but like I think it matches well with each other, I think. And like I think the only time I would get mad if he was like if he didn't answer me was if it was time sensitive, right? So
oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
if it was
fair. That's fair.
like hey, like I kind of need you, like I need this like information from you. Like can you please tell me? And he doesn't answer for like 3 hours when I needed it like an hour ago. It's like and then I'm like, "Come on, like what are you doing?" But otherwise like if he doesn't answer me, he's probably doing something. I don't really care. Like
Right.
but yeah. I don't think I get mad if he doesn't answer. I'm just like, he's busy. Whatever.
See, that's pretty gold right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
change
like
the
That's
region for the Discord call because you guys are a little blurry. Just real quick.
yeah.
So it lagged a little bit. That's
oh,
better.
that's way better.
Yeah. There we go.
Ooh, it's so clear.
But yeah, that's a that's awesome. Like that's like a golden scenario right there, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like
It's really hard to find. Like, what do you feel like, man? What do you feel like it takes to get to that point? Like from both people. Like, what does it take out of you? Like, if you were to like think about it, like
Honestly,
to be
it's
able to
like
be that way and feel that
yeah.
way.
I think there's a level of um like trust and security and like independence. So like I honestly think that like if um I was okay, because I think I have like trust issues and I think I have like insecurity issues, but I'm not so insecure as to think that he would ever cheat on me. Like I think that's just weird. Um
Okay.
but like so like I think it's the fact that like I am okay being by myself and that I trust him and I know that he will never do those things to me, and then like I don't know, I think there's a level of understanding that needs to be had, right? Cuz like um I know a lot of girls they're like, "Oh, like you all you do is play league all the time and like it's so like you don't even spend time with me." But
I'm
like
getting
sometimes
PTSD
like
yeah,
already.
I got PTSD from that.
but I think like if you really like I think if you really love a person, what they love to do, you should let them do. and I don't think you should ever like impede on that, right? So like Han really loves playing video games, and it's like, okay, like have fun, you know, enjoy your time, you know, like bye. Or like um yeah, like I think people need their me time,
For
and
sure.
like I think it's hard to kind of make the connection in people's heads that like their alone time and their me time doesn't always involve them,
Hmm.
because like they're like, but I'm so in love with you, how could you do anything else but spend time with me? And
Well,
like,
why can't you feel the same feelings that I'm feeling? And like, I always
yeah.
want to be with you, but you never want to be with me, kind of thing. I
So
got that before.
I think it's definitely like a maturity thing, and also
Okay.
sort of like a how secure the person is, um like, so like by themselves, I would say, which I
Hmm.
think is very hard to find, because I feel like this day and age, like people, it's hard to find um people to get into a relationship with that you mesh well with on a lot of levels, right? It's not just like one thing that you mesh really well with. It's like a lot of different things that you have to somewhat agree on, right? You have to be
Hmm.
in some sort of range with each other on like the way that you guys think or the way that you guys do things. Because like I think when you have too many differences, it could totally work, but then you'd have to be super understanding, right? Like, like this person is different and like I accept that. But a lot of people don't really see eye to eye when there's differences.
A lot of people aren't very accepting
Yeah.
and willing to
So,
adjust to that. I feel
right.
like
So personally, I believe that like the early stages from like for example, when it comes to like couples or even to relationships between friends, like a lot of the groundwork is set in the very beginning during like the early stages, right? So I guess in the case of like you and Han, like what was that? Do you remember that first instance where you kind of like realized that like, oh yeah, like this is something that I could do. Like he likes playing video games a lot, like, but I don't really need to be there to kind of like, satisfy my personal insecurity or whatever the heck. Like what was that? Can you recall any kind of like moment that he did per se, or something that kind of like instilled that trust to be able to just be like, do your thing?
Um, I don't really think there was a moment. I just think like I know him well enough to like, I think cuz okay, cuz
So like he was open enough with you to be able to be like, for you to be able to see transparently that like, oh, that's just the way he is, and I could trust that.
yeah, cuz
Got you.
I don't think there was ever a time from the moment we um were talking to the when we were dating to even beyond that, of when I felt like, okay, because one of my things is like one of the reasons why I have such a hard time finding someone to date before Han was I felt like I couldn't be completely honest with people. And so like, you know, like sure, like I would like talk to people, and that then I would think to myself, like, am I being completely honest with this person? And if it wasn't 100% honesty, then I couldn't date you, because it's like if I have to have some sort of like front, or if I have to act a certain way to make you like me, then I don't think it's gonna work out. And so like something that we have with each other is like I can be completely honest with him and he can be completely honest with me, and like we still really like each other. And so like I think I don't think we've ever like lied to each other about anything. And so like I just have that sort of like, all right, like we have this mutual understanding that we are, you know, honest, and we still love each other with this honesty. And so like I don't need to monitor you. Like I don't need to like watch what you do or like ask where you are, cuz like I don't feel like
Hmm.
if anything did happen, he'd tell me. Or if anything was happening, he would tell me. But like ain't nothing happening, so he's got nothing to tell me.
Right.
Um yeah, it's I don't know how to like, cuz like I understand like I get that like a lot of people they like, oh, like when did you know, or like when did you do this?
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure. I feel like things just sort of like aligned. And like, we're not perfect by any means, but like I think like our relationship works in a lot of ways that like
Hmm.
it's it's really hard to like pinpoint for people who want advice on these sort of things.
Well, what it sounds like to me is it boils down to like, I guess, two things. There might be more, but it boils down to two things. Like gauging it off of like the bad relationships that I've witnessed, seen, and the good relationships that I've seen and heard. And even after your like how you explained it, is it comes down to one, open communication, and two, acceptance of the things that are known to be fact, right? Between two individuals or a group of people, if you're talking about like friendships, you
Mhm.
know, communication and acceptance. And I like, why, I guess another question becomes, we have to ask a question like, why, like what gets in the way of being able to communicate between people, and what makes it so hard for people to accept certain things? And even you don't have to accept it, right? But like, I guess it boils down to, why is the communication so hard? Because if you communicated well enough and you guys can agree that these are two things you can't accept, then you guys could kind of just like, go on your fork in the road, accept, agree to disagree, and just like, you know, not cause this like friction.
From a lot of personal experience, a lot of people that I've talked to don't like to communicate. They don't feel the need to.
It's
Like
the
really,
hardest thing,
really
man.
basic things. Like,
Mhm.
let's say she's going to hang out with friends, right? Common thing. If she doesn't reply for a few hours, I don't care. But let me know that you're with friends so I know why you're not replying. Like, if you don't reply for 4 hours and I don't know why, I'll be a little worried. Honestly, yeah. But you tell me, oh, I'm going to go hang out with some friends. If I don't reply, I'm sorry. That's it. I don't care. I'm chilling. So it's like
Right.
really, really small and basic things people don't feel the need to communicate that really, I guess, helps give reassurance in a way.
There's this
Or
game, like when it comes to relationships, like the game is
I
still
hate the game.
present. The game.
I hate the
It's
game
like,
so much.
it's
I,
kind
I
of
hate when
like,
people use that phrase.
it's so annoying because it's like this whole like pull and push and pull kind of like thing, this whole supply and demand, like turning your like relationships into some sort of like economics class.
Okay, so
It's
can I
like,
can I say something?
is it
All right,
about Hot
so
Pockets?
no, fuck
Okay,
no.
thank God.
Though I'd like to put something hot in your pocket.
Anyway,
While push and pull is a fundamental like mechanic of just life, like you're just gonna push and pull people, and you need push and pull just to have like a regular relationship. Like if you pull too much, then it's just like, oh, like you're thirsty, or like, what do you want from me, like feeling. And if you push too much, it's like, this person like fucking hates me. It's like, but like the game is purely a contest of pride.
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And that's why
It's all
I
egotistical.
dislike it. It's
Egotistical.
all egotistical because it's basically Kaguya-sama Love is War, but y'all bitches ain't the main characters. And you need to realize that shit. You're not Kaguya-sama, a fucking archer who's vice president who got everything and got a rich family and all this shit. And you're not the other dude who is literally also perfect, except that he's unathletic. You're playing the game all wrong and you have no reason to be this prideful. Tell the people that you like them subtly. But stop doing this whole little like be more honest with each other. Because the game turns into a relationship, but then the relationship is based off the game, which is based off of lack of communication. And that's
Honesty
why a lot of
scares a lot of
relationships
people.
fail.
You'd be surprised at how many people are scared of honesty.
It's a fear
It
of
blows my
rejection.
mind. Fear of rejection, but fear of not even being honest with people, but like people, like, if you're just honest, some people just get overwhelmed, I feel like.
I
Is
think
it the honesty or is it the answer though?
I
Hold on, then
think
go for it.
there's
Is it the outcome of the honesty, or is it the honesty in and of itself? Because I always felt like it was the outcome. I don't know.
Min, what were you
Zach
gonna
looks
say?
like he's thinking for a little bit. Min looks like she has an answer.
wait. I left for a second to go get my smoothie, but like, what is like honesty
And you
about
didn't
what?
get us three
Like-
some? You're supposed to get smoothies for the crows.
Kids saying you
Go
need
ahead,
to
Zach.
be more honest and open, like with people, instead of just like pushing and pulling back and forth.
Like,
But
Game.
I've
I think-
I've seen a situation, not even like with myself, but other like multiple people. They get overwhelmed when you're, I guess, too forward. I guess because if you're honest, you're being as forward as possible, right? Then they just get overwhelmed. Maybe because they haven't thought about what you're being honest about, right? In a way,
Can I
like
reciprocate you real quick?
sure.
So, I think there's a difference between being honest and oversharing, because I feel like people mix the two up.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
But
you
then
can
what
be
do you-
hon- like? Go ahead.
What do you mean by being honest about like how you're feeling then?
Because like some people are on like just like, you know, those people where you'll ask them like, how was your day, and suddenly you're in a 3-hour conversation about why their dad. I probably
Yes.
should not finish that sentence. And then there's just like, we all probably know one person that's like this, because they're very rare people. But you ask them a question and they tell you exactly how they feel and nothing else. But it leaves you with no questions, because every time you ask them a question, it's straightforward. That's honesty. But taking an inch and giving them your whole life story, I think that's different. And I think that's where a lot of people make the mistake and misgauge. I hope I didn't lose where you were gonna go, because it did seem like you were gonna go.
No, I get what
really
you're
good,
saying.
but I just want.
No, I hear what you're saying too.
Trying to figure out how I want to word what I want to say. So hypothetical situation. Let's say Mark's like a hot girl, right?
Mark's not a hot girl.
He is a hot girl.
She's a hot girl.
Let's say
You do
Mark's
hot
Mark,
things.
okay? And then what if like okay, this started off as a bad example.
Nah, you gotta go for it. You
Okay,
gotta
let's
defend
say
it.
like I want to get to know Mark.
Hmm.
I can't even. I hate you.
Damn, Mark's that pretty ass girl. You walk up to her, you know the girl. You walk up to her, she look at you, she smile. You just like beep boop beep boop bop beep boop bop. Like,
So
Yeah,
like,
you know you'd be
Come
doing
here,
a
Alf.
lot, you know.
not even like. Okay, I'm not even gonna put it romantically. I'm gonna just like even friendship wise. I'm the type of person. I'll reach out to someone. I don't give a fuck. Like I'll DM someone that I want to be friends with. Guy or girl.
so we became friends.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes people reply just because they want to be nice. Right? And there's then sometimes people reply because they want to be your friend. And then sometimes the person you DM that you want to be friends with that doesn't necessarily want to be your friend, they're just replying to be nice. They get overwhelmed and not really creeped out, but they just don't want to reply. And then they feel obligated to because they don't want to offend you. Like I've had people say that to me. I'm like, just don't reply to me.
Or like a pity trap.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I feel like for me personally, I don't care. Like I reached out, I shot my shot. You don't want to be friends, you don't want to be friends. But there's a lot of people that feel like they're obligated to be a part of that encounter. And then they get overwhelmed in that sense. Like they're being put into a situation they don't want to be in, I guess. And they're not letting themselves out of it because they don't want to offend anyone. And I don't know
You
where
know
I'm
what
going
that-
with this, but
You know what that can segue into, Zach? friendships. Our sponsor,
Capri
Bookshare. Is that what it's called?
Audio share? No, Audible. Skillshare?
Audible?
Oh, you can use
Audible.
Skillshare. Honey?
We have a Skillshare and Audible. No, we don't.
Hey, wait,
Please
hey.
sponsor the podcast. Wait, do we have a sponsor?
Honey's a free browser. No, we don't. Cal's our sponsor.
Well, since we don't have a sponsor, I'll segue into what's that shit called that we used to stream? Streamlabs. Make sure you cop Streamlabs merch on the Akedu store.
Stream Elements.
Stream
Elements.
Get it right.
Don't send people after me.
There's the merch link. Wow, that's good timing.
Streamelements.com/Akedu. Min, do you have merch? Maybe buy something of Min. I don't know. Subscribe to Min with your Twitch Prime at Twitch.tv.
Oh, by the way,
Milk5.
I didn't say this.
Make sure you do the same thing.
I didn't say this at the start. Any donations we get, we're splitting between everyone. That's kind of what we always do. If there is some like oiler that just gives us $1,000, yeah, we split it. But
that's Stimmy money looking hot.
So anything is divided evenly, as evenly as possible. But just sharing that.
The real segue. Do you guys have friends?
No.
That okay,
friends?
All of us have at least one friend. Do you guys have friends where, or like not even a friend, because actually the person is not really a friend, but a person that like wants to be your friend, and like, but you don't have interest in being this person's friend, but they're very forward in trying to be buddies
yes.
with you.
I have a couple people like that actually.
And they're in this
Zach,
chat, right?
Zach, I know how those people. Zach, I know how these people. I wouldn't be surprised if Mark knows these people. And Min, just purely based off the fact that she's a girl, has these people.
Oh, Brady, I'm looking at you, Brady.
Brady, I don't know how to tell you this thing. Thank God, kid brought this up. Brady, I don't fucking care about you. Anyway. I love you, Brady. Anyway.
Yeah, I think I have a lot of these people. I have a lot of them. There's
one of
For girls, it's the worst.
There's one person I will straight up call them out because I don't give a fuck. So this is thank you for the $6.90.
Tom Hardy? You merely adopted the
Okay, how do I word this? So I tweeted something saying I tweeted something saying like at the time it felt like I didn't have very many genuine friendships. And I was kind of upset about that. I was like, okay, kind of sucks. And I kind of use Twitter as a place to vent. Like I'm not really asking for pity.
Really
I don't give a fuck what I should or shouldn't do.
Do you, boo?
Do you? Boo?
And this person replies and says, "Let's be friends." Normally, that's fine. They go and like 20 tweets. They don't DM me. All they ever do is reply to my tweets and say stuff related to stream. And I was like, I tweeted out one time that I raided someone, and they're like, "Oh, maybe you can raid me sometime." Fuck no. I will never.
Done deal.
And even when I tweeted about the podcast, they're like, "Maybe I can come on sometime." No, you just want clout. Like you can't make it more obvious that you just want clout. I don't have clout.
It looks that way at least.
It looks that way. Yeah, even if you don't like mean that and you're not trying to come off that way, when the only thing you do is reply to my tweets in a sense related to streaming and not me as a person, you look very clout chasey. There's also people that want to get closer to me just so they can go and tell other streamers that they know me so they can get close to those streamers. And I think that's really fucked up.
And you know what's crazy? We call it clout, but sometimes it's not even clout. Sometimes there's just the energy as a person that you bring that people don't understand that they just want a part of.
Yeah.
Like I've learned that like sometimes like Lily Pichu. There's some people I've watched clout chase Lily Pichu, but it's not even like the clout because at the time she wasn't even big. It's just the energy she brings that people just like being around her as like a person because you never hear anything bad about Lily.
Yeah.
And most people around her prosper. You know, like no drama or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's like some chicken naked together.
There-
That's a little much. I lost the bet.
And-
You have to be naked.
What?
Sorry, I don't.
Anyway,
Just kidding. Just looking
no,
at
there's.
that.
I also know a lot of girls, men included, that there's just so many people that really try to force their way into their lives. For what? You're on Twitch.television. They don't want to talk to you, bro. They don't. I don't know who you want to
But they
tell
don't
you
have
this.
to, more like they don't have to.
They don't have to let you into their life. They don't want you in their life. I don't know who you want to hear that from. Sometimes even hearing it from them isn't enough. Like, and
I think
go ahead.
I think there's two topics here. One is like boundaries with like streamers,
We should talk about boundaries. Just
and
in
then
general.
the
I
other
wish Kid
one.
would leave me alone. Holy shit.
So like it's like boundaries.
Hello.
It's like I think your
Run me
mic
my
was on for
check.
that one.
Oh shit! I didn't mute. That's
Pay
That's
my
crazy.
$2, bitch.
Run me my $2.
God, I
Amy and her
I think I
avocado
forgot.
dog.
Wait, give me like 10 seconds. I
Okay.
was disrupted.
okay.
I
She
was-
had a good second topic and you fucked her over. That's crazy.
God, I hate men.
God.
Anyway,
Women every.
One of them is about boundaries, and we can get into that a bit later. But I think the other one is I was talking to Will about this because we were in a call together.
Fucking love Will.
Yeah, I fucking love Will too. And like he because we were talking about friends as well, and I was like, like I am really tired of like being friends with people that feel like they need emotional validation from me because I'm the kind of
From
friend.
you?
Yeah. Listen,
No.
What's
It's
that?
not even in a bad way. Let me explain. Because I be saying
What is
shit and
that
it's
supposed to
not
mean?
coming out bad. But men, we just met recently.
Uh-huh.
Like, and Zach and Mark know I talk about people like via feeling, like the feeling they give me.
uh-huh.
I mean, that's the first thing you gotta base it off of, right? Because that's the,
Yeah, of course.
yeah.
But like you do not seem like the type of person where like it would even be like worth the effort to ask for emotional validation. Like you don't seem like the type of person who like wants to do that.
You don't know me very well then, kid.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Like,
Okay.
the thing is like I'm not really good at a lot of things, but like I think I pride myself in being a good friend. Okay? Like I am
No.
no.
No. I mean like
No. Whatever
I'm
you
not
No.
saying
feel,
you're
whatever
a
you
bad-
think, it's a no.
I'm not saying you're like a bad friend. Like I hope that's not how that sounded. Like I'm not saying you're
just
a bad
let her.
friend.
Just
I'm
let her
saying,
talk.
Like,
Just-
like if you were like, oh, my feeling, if like somebody wanted to be like, my feelings are valid, and you knew their feelings were valid, you would just be like, yeah, you're talking a bunch of bullshit.
No.
No.
You wouldn't do that. You would just validate their feelings,
Listen,
even if they were wrong.
Just let her talk.
No, go ahead.
You've taken enough L's. Right?
No, I mean
okay.
that's just crazy.
This
but
is
that's
for sure. Like, no, okay, you guys. This is the literally the second time I've talked to kids, so he really doesn't know me.
Yeah.
So like,
No, not at
I don't.
all.
I'm not holding anything against him.
It's just
when he
funny.
said- It's funny. funny. So like I think like the kind of friend that I am, I'm kind of a ride or die. And
Okay.
I have an issue with me is that when I like you as a friend, it's hard for me to find fault in you.
Mm.
Like and so like I try to be as empathetic as I can, and so when you as a friend come to me with your problems, I'm on your side. I'm on your side. Like it doesn't like I you don't need to like right? Cuz I think people need people that are on their side sometimes. And like um I think it's just become such a problem because I have started to withdraw that sort of thinking because I am burnt out. I'm just burnt out like emotionally and
Hmm.
mentally. And like um even though I've drawn back, people still come to me. People who I don't know that I haven't formed any friendships with, they still come to me for these things. And I was like I was talking to Will and I was like, I'm kind of like tired. Like I want normal friends that don't need me to emotionally support them and validate them because I'm like exhausted.
Can I
And
ask you a
I
question?
yes.
Is this a result? Is the burnout a result of this trait, or is it just like you're just burnt out in general?
I think it contributes a lot to it for sure.
Okay.
Because when you focus a lot of your energy and time into other people, you don't really do it to yourself. And then like when you retreat to like give yourself the care, people become really upset because you've taken something away from them. And so
Mm.
like I was talking to Will and I was like, I'm so like tired, I'm so burnt out, like I need a break, I need friends that are like strong enough on their own to where if they don't have my support, they can still be okay without me being there, like, you know, like
Mm.
validating their emotional needs all the time. And so like Will was telling me, he was like, you just have this like you're kind of like they're kind of like moths to a flame where you have this sort of energy about you that makes people want to like open up. And
They
then
feel
like
comfortable around you, kind of thing.
and yeah, and then like they feel like like it's sort of something that they have never gotten before, and like you give it to them, and it's just like when you take it away, it feels like you've like abandoned these people. And like I think there's a lot of that going around like all the time for me, and I'm just like very tired. Like I think like even now with like me like focusing on myself and like not so much like on other people, like I still get a lot of people wanting to like I
Get that
I
to
just I just had to post in my Discord, please refrain from DMing me privately unless it's urgent or super private. Like I'm tired of having my DMs flooded. Like I can't do it. Like I
Mm.
wake up and there's like 5 to 8 people DMing me like about nonsensical things, or like, hey Min, like I need advice, or like, hey Min, like I'm in such a hard place right now. And it's like, you've come to my stream like 3 times. Like, I don't know who you are, and like I like, like maybe you need help and maybe you need validation. And it's like sometimes like I'm just not that person for you. Like I'm just not the person for you right now. Like like maybe you need help elsewhere. Like I can't be the one to always help you all the time. Especially like strangers. I feel like strangers
Your favorite
definitely.
streamers are not your therapists,
Yeah.
Yep.
and you shouldn't treat them that way.
Nor your friends. Your streamers are
Yeah.
also not your friends. Just like
Brady, I'm not
period.
your friend.
Fuck Brady, bro. God. Comes through. I'm kidding. Um, Min, can I tell you, like, hopefully I don't offend you again.
Again.
Third, like, I'm already on my third strike. It's crazy. I watched the Dr. K episode. It's actually like probably I think it's the most popular, and it was like with Lily Pichu. And it sounds to me like you have the same syndrome where it's like you're kind of like a sponge, where people come to you to like wring out to like soak up their like flood that they have within themselves, and like you do a really good job at like soaking up all of that water, but once that like sponge is like full, like you haven't wrung yourself out, like, and they don't do it for you. So like your sponge has been so full for so very long, and then when those people like, not only like are you full and people are still trying to like mop up with you, but like you also like took away the sponge, and now they're like, shit, I got a leak in my life that like I can't fix, that you were plugging up the whole time, and then like you just want to like fucking wring yourself out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And it's
and there's a lot of people that are like that.
I think it's not just with like strangers though, because like like there's obviously people that want to get close because of this, and it's just like I can't, dude, I'm tired. But it's also
Mhm.
people that I have considered like close friends that like the moment I'm like, hey, like I can't be like
Your
the
sponge right now.
yeah, I can't be like the best support for you right now. Like, I love you, but I just need some time to myself. And like
Mhm.
I think as like I don't think I could ever be that honest unless I actually really valued you and your friendship and your time, right? Because if I help you when I'm in such a bad place, there's no way I'm gonna be of any help to anyone.
Yeah,
And
secure
like
your seatbelt before you start putting on other people's seatbelt, kind of
and
thing.
like I've lost friends because I've been like, hey, I need some time to myself. Like, can you respect that? And
That's
it's
so
like
sad.
Mhm.
and it's like you can't do what for me? Like you're like if you can't do this for me, you're not my friend. And it's like
Mhm.
then I guess I when you have to gaslight someone to like care for you and be like, oh, like 7 years of friendship and like the one time I need you, you can't be here. Like I can't
I,
like you
That's
you
I've heard
must
definitely
not
that many
boundaries.
you
times.
must
I've heard
not
that
love
actually
me
many
enough.
times.
And it's like,
That's crazy.
all right, I will try harder, I guess. But like those friendships aren't here anymore because like people just don't respect boundaries. Like I think friends are not your therapist, you guys. Like don't treat your friends as
No,
therapists.
absolutely not.
And don't
Mhm.
treat streamers like your therapist. Like don't come to streams being like, I'm addicted to crack cocaine. What should I do? And that's like, homie, I'm playing League. Like what do you want from me?
Brady.
This is a Wendy's.
Okay, so one time related to the streamer and therapist thing. This was a very long time ago. My community, I had maybe 5, 6 viewers. Not a single person that is here right now was there. I had this dude come into my chat and say he wanted to kill himself. That's a lot on my shoulders. What the fuck do I say to that? I don't know who you are. I don't even know your name.
Mm.
What do you want me to what do you want me to do? It's what I know it happens way more to like large scale streamers, and it's just as bad, if not worse. Cause what they say has a lot more impact. And
It's hard because like when I hear something like that, I sympathize so hard, but at the moment it's very hard to empathize, especially if you don't know the person.
your mic is very
Oh,
choppy.
A
one second.
little crackly. Yeah, I don't think I've gotten like the in chat like I want a KMS, but I've gotten like the your stream has kept me from KMSing,
I've gotten that.
and that shit like breaks my heart sometimes. But then it's like it makes me happy to like
Yeah.
be
There
that
you go.
person. But it's also like I'm always advocating like guys like get help, like see therapy.
I've had
Mm-hmm.
probably more than I can count on one hand people that DM me and tell me that my stream has kept them from killing themselves, being depressed, being sad, it's what they look forward to, all that stuff. And of course, like when I started streaming, was my goal, right? Make people happy.
Yeah. Like helping
But
them was a byproduct of you being who you are.
yeah, but the fact that many people are just they just need that much help, it makes me sad. But like at the same time, I'm not a therapist. I just do what I do. I play fucking League of Legends and Valorant all day at a gold plat level.
Technically, you should be the most toxic person.
Yeah. But I've literally had so many people. I still remember that, like, sending me essays. It's not really overwhelming, but it's just them thanking me, and it's like, in a way, it's really sweet. It is a lot. It's a lot to take on, right? Because this has happened a lot recently too. If I'm not in a good mood, it reflects really, really obviously on my stream. And last few months, it's been very noticeable that I've just been very overwhelmed and not in a good mental state. And I didn't realize how much it reflected until you look back at like your own stuff, right? And that makes it harder for people that's using your stream to try to distract themselves too, because you obviously don't look like you're doing okay. It's not going to help them, and
that feeds into a really bad narrative.
Yeah.
Of like acting like you're okay just so like other people could be okay.
Yeah. And I mean, that doesn't even go for just Twitch, even like IRL. Like, I know a lot of people that do that, and I've had a lot of people tell me, like, randomly, that I've talked to maybe once or twice in high school, and they're like, I want to kill myself. I'm like, huh? Like, huh? And then I like, that's on my shoulders now. It's like, it's a lot. People don't realize how much like that affects someone. As much as you like want to help them, it's like,
I think there's a difference. Like, I think like when you are in a tight spot like that and you reach out, like please reach out, right? Like, it's like,
yeah,
like, hey, like, I'm actually like feeling this way and I just want someone to like talk to understand me. But I think you shouldn't place your survival and your mental well-being on other people. I think that's where it
that's the
gets,
bad part.
that's where the lines get like blurred, because like then like people start to feel responsible, and like nobody's responsible for the shit that happens in your life, and nobody's responsible for what happens after. And like like people genuinely care for you and people genuinely love you, but like when you are like, you know, the only like if the only reason why you're alive is like dependent on one person's like, I don't know, love and intent, like you need help, like please go find help.
Like real help.
Yeah, like I think your friends are there for support, and like you need a support system, but you can't have your friends be the only thing that you have. And like I think that's where people get kind of confused, or where lines get like, you know, blurry, because then it's like, oh, you don't care enough, or like, you know, you're not that great of a friend if you don't actually like do these things for me because I'm depressed, or things like that. And so like, definitely please go get help, and like please reach out. Like, we're not saying to not reach out, right?
Yeah.
Because like so like a lot of you guys, like especially in chat, right? Like a lot of you guys are friends, and like if you guys are going through anything, like we as friends want to know when you're going through something tough so that we can help you. But like we can't be the only things that are helping you. You have to go and find professional help as well, because that's I think the biggest way to like help yourself, I would say.
Bringing the topic back to something less not dramatic, but heavy. Like, I'm trying to think of what I want to say. I just lost my train of thought.
Take your time, bro.
What, less
Okay.
heavy? Please stop DMing girls that you watch on Twitch thinking you have a fucking shot.
Fuck.
Yo, you
Okay,
want to get into
okay.
this? Let's go.
No, okay.
I fucking love
Kind of
this topic.
related to this. It is a lot easier for streamers to make friends with other streamers. But if you're just some dude sitting in your RGB room in your mom's house and you have 2 college courses and like $30 to your name and you DM some 80 viewer girl, like she averages 80 viewers and you just DM her and be like, hey, she doesn't want to talk to you.
Some of y'all need a checklist.
Like-
I want y'all to go in your notebook and make a checklist and put, do I have an 8-inch cock? No? Okay. Cross that. Do I have at least 10K in the bank? No? Cross that. Am I radiant in Valorant? Silver? Get back to the fucking work.
Disgusting.
Get back to the workbench.
Go back to
what's
AVAD.
that?
This is
you
a little
guys
off
know- Have you guys
topic.
seen that black guy that like talks to people? Like they call him and he'll be like, "How old are you?" And he'll be like 30. He'll be like, "How much do you weigh?" 220 pounds. That's
No.
not fat shame people.
No.
I love fat bitches, but
What?
like sometimes you need to just like, check off some boxes. And then like
I hate this dude so
stay
much.
in your lane.
Stay in your lane. Yeah.
The-
And boy, sit down.
I literally was talking to someone last night. They had to close their DMs because they got too many random DMs from random dudes. Like, they had to close their DMs, make an announcement in their Discord, and just remove everyone. And then only, like, added people that she really knew, like, directly. And that's really just... Why are you so horny?
I think
I'm
Min
at
should
that
lead this.
point.
Min, go for it.
I'm at that
man.
point right
Go
now
for it.
because I posted. Listen, I woke up today to 7 DMs from people, and like I'm tired, dude. Like I'm about to put my DMs to private. And I posted in my Discord. I was like, please don't DM me privately. If you want to say something to me, say it in my Discord, like in my public Discord. But like, just don't privately DM me for stupid shit.
And then those
Like,
people will gaslight you for closing your DMs.
and I'm so tired.
This
and I don't
happened
really
to a few people.
And-
They're like, "Oh, your DMs are closed? Why? You're so popular." Like, let people
And, like,
live their life.
I have unfriended a lot of people on my Riot account because I'm tired of randoms seeing me online to look at my shop and being like, "You want to play? You want to play? Oh my god!" Like,
Is that why you unadded me?
You're in a group of 4.
Damn.
You have room for one. Like, please add me. And
People
it's
that
just like,
invite themselves into a party, God, it's so irritating. Because then you feel bad for saying no.
PS4?
Okay. It's like they're not obligated to play with you, right? So why are you inviting yourself saying, "Oh, can I join?" You say, "I see you have an open spot."
it's just like,
Why are you so
I'm
bold?
tired.
Like, where do you get the confidence?
I'm
like-
Look at you
tired.
like this. It's them Gen Zs, I'm telling you.
I mean, I don't mind it. Just don't expect a response.
Karen isn't that bad. Oh, Diggy.
I understand boundaries have been crossed. No, but that's crazy. 7?
And also,
I got a dumpy and I don't even got one.
also, I'm just like streamers are not here to I'm not your friend, dude. Like, I'm like, you're just some random dude. The only thing that you've ever said in my stream is, "You're so cute. Wow, you're so cute. Oh my god, you're so cute."
I love
And, like,
seeing those. I just copy paste them.
and like, I just like, and you know what? I see this one person. Everywhere I go, I see this person, and everywhere I go, he adds me, and he's like, "Have you checked your DMs?" And like, I even told him, I was like, I don't check DMs from strangers. Please stop DMing me. And the next time he saw me, have you checked your DMs? And it was like, next, go next. There's no reasoning with you. I already told you I don't check DMs from strangers, or I don't respond to DMs, and you're still like,
he's canceled.
Are you checking your DM?
As much as of a meme it is from Ludwig saying he made a YouTube video about like how streamers aren't your friends. It's a really well done video, because just because you watch a streamer doesn't mean they're obligated to have a personal relationship with you. There are viewers that I have became friends with that I do enjoy playing with and being around. There's some that are just viewers.
True.
They need to understand they are a viewer and they hang out in my chat for entertainment. I am here to either distract you, make you feel better, be a distraction, be entertainment. Do not watch me because you want to be my friend. I'm not saying like I have a massive ego and I don't want to be any of your friends, because there are a lot of my friends are from my stream now. Like, yeah, you're cool to talk to, but don't go into a stream with the intention of creating a friendship or relationship out of it. That's fucked up.
At least not with the streamer.
Yeah, not with the streamer. Like, if you like, I know Masayoshi's chat, the one of the mods, he actually started dating someone in chat because they met in that chat. It was actually pretty cool.
That's crazy.
Elijah knows who I'm talking about. Yeah. It's really, that's like kind of wholesome, right? But it's like, if you go into a chat with the intention of leaving that chat in that person's DMs, whether for friendship or relationship purpose, you're fucking weird. You're in a stream. This is
I'm sorry.
You're in a stream. This isn't Tinder. Like, enjoy it for what it is. It's a stream. You don't watch a TV show and I'm like, I want to hit up that actor. I mean, maybe you do, but you can't. But
I think. Wait, what?
You cannot hit up Scarlett Johansson. Only reason I joined Zach stream was to get a boyfriend. Okay.
Zach, you know what you're reminding me of right now?
What?
The Bernie meme.
Stop.
Oh my god. Stop this.
You're telling me.
Stop. No.
Listen, Will, just because it worked for you, it didn't work for everyone else. Okay.
Like, there's a.
Do we want to talk about the Twitch Tinder ecosystem?
No. Yeah, we do.
No?
But I think we'll get there. There's something else I wanted to say. How do I put? I don't know what I wanted to say anymore. I lost my train of thought.
Okay, let me step in here. I feel like it's possible. It's possible, but you got to understand the environment that you're playing in and the process that it takes to get to where you want to go, right?
Wait,
and I can't
about Twitch Tinder.
Not Twitch Tinder. I'm just talking about this, like if you want to be friends with somebody, nothing sexual,
okay,
nothing relationship. Like if you find a streamer cool, right, and you're thinking to yourself, man, I vibe with this person. This person's awesome. Like they're like, obviously, you know, Twitch chat is like a reflection of their community. Blah blah blah. It's like this person's awesome, but you have to understand the environment that you're playing in. Like different environments call for different things. Like if you're trying to hit up in terms of like trying to be friends, okay, like a streamer, it's possible, and it definitely is, and it happens. But understand the environment that you're playing in. Understand the process that it takes to get there. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen because you sent a DM just because you've been watching for like, you know, a collective 1 hour. You know what I mean? There's a process to it. And once you understand that and, you know, you let time do its thing and you show, you know, trustworthiness, right? You guys, it'll happen. But, you know, don't try to like expedite the process.
Yeah, like don't force yourself into someone's life. I think like you know, like there's a lot of people that are in my streams that are regulars that I think are super fucking cool people, and I would love to be friends with them. But then there's some people that like they come and like they like see me for like a bit, and then they like DM me over and over again, and they're like, "Oh my god, you're so cute,"
Okay, sorry.
and like it's just like, you know, like if you want, like, you don't have to do anything to be my friend here. Like you don't have to do anything to be a part of this community. But like don't force your way into it, man. Like just chill out and like hang out here, and like if I get to know you, and like, you know, we'll be friends naturally. But there's no way you're trying to come
Right.
in here right now like trying to be my friend from day one. Like there's like don't force it. It's just too much for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's levels to this shit.
there is.
And some people, you know, listen.
Talk to
Spill
these
the
dudes.
tea.
Like,
Talk to these dudes.
Spill the
Like-
tea.
Listening.
Like the only reason you're in my chat right now is because my boyfriend's fucking elbow isn't in the camera frame.
And
like
Talk to these dudes.
like you know, the amount of creeps that I've gotten ever since I moved my setup has exponentially increased because he is no longer
I was in
my
your
camera.
chat because he was in your. Never mind.
Yes, look, there's
Hmm?
freaks like you, and then there's
What?
freaks like other people.
Zach Freak confirmed.
What? Okay.
Oh, we been knew that.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
We been knew that.
Pegging?
Huh?
Huh? Anyway,
there.
Brady.
Dude, leave Brady alone. Nah, Brady, you can't bring Brady into. I would like to see you try to bring Brady into this.
That's actually crazy though.
This girl
It's
has
out
a
of sight, out of
boyfriend.
mind
I'm
kinda
out. Okay. I went to someone's chat last night. You guys know Chloe, right? Or kid, you probably
Toey?
do.
Like
Yeah, Toey.
fruits?
Anyway,
Yeah.
she has a boyfriend. She had some dude in her chat who was her top gifter that month and top donator.
Oh no.
Not donator, bit giver, bit whatever. This was literally last night, like 2 a.m. Cheerer, yeah, that.
Cheerer.
She shouted me out. She's like hyping me up, saying like, "Oh, go follow him." Someone did. She was like another streamer. She was pretty cool. And then this one dude is like, "Oh, it's a dude. I only follow girls." You know how weird you sound?
The
That's
optics
so-
of that has a very
You know how fucking weird you sound?
That's
Like, I
so-
don't care. Like, I'm not here in this chat saying hi to get followers from other people. But if you go out of your way to say, "Oh, you're not a girl. I only follow girls." And he's the top gifter. He's the top cheerer. He's been there for like, I don't know, a month. And then he asked, "Oh, Chloe, do you have a boyfriend?"
Well, all of your donations are non-refundable.
Can I say something? Can I say something? Oh, I had to check myself because I was about to say a gamer word. These dudes are the reason you can't get a girlfriend anymore from having money. Like, you guys killed the ecosystem. For like rich dudes that got girls from just being rich. And it's insane.
It's just like the amount
do
of
be the way that
people.
it do.
It's crazy because like I know a lot of these people that will only watch girls. I found a lot like when I first found Kim, like Frutescent, like when I first found her a lot, there were a lot of people that watched her that only watched girls. I was like, is this just normal? Like,
Who advertises that?
yeah, like why do you brag about that? Like, are they gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, you only watch girls"? I'm so flattered. Like, no.
Or
Yeah,
do you
I'm a
want
misandrous.
No.
or do you want guys to be like, "You only watch girls? Time to cut off my dick
Like,
for you."
Time to
Like,
stop streaming and put on a wig and then come back after surgery. Like, Like, thanks for telling me you only watch girls. I don't fucking care. Like, just keep that to
And then
yourself.
And then it makes dudes like Ninja misogynistic because he's like, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go. Never mind.
What?
Never mind. Never mind. Nothing. Nothing. Some people got it.
It's some people are just so
Weird.
There's people that are scared to get into a relationship because they're gonna lose so many viewers.
True.
And it's so sad that how true that is.
Like that.
I knew a couple people like that.
I know a few people like that.
No, but Zach, we knew one instance that was like, can we talk about this?
Not
Can we?
genuine, man.
It was like, no, I think
I-
we could talk. It was this one time me and Zach were just fucking around. I don't think we were streaming. We were just fucking around. And it was a girl that we found streaming, and she was streaming with her boyfriend. But it was like, I don't remember why, but we knew that it was her boyfriend. But the people in her chat did not know it was her boyfriend. And it was like,
I don't remember this.
how do I explain this? Bro, oh my god. It was a very uncomfortable stream because of the way that it was. Because she didn't want to put out that it was her boyfriend. But the guy wasn't hiding the fact that they were together. And it just made for a very uncomfortable dynamic.
I know people that have started Twitch and they're in relationships and they just like
hide it.
lie that they're single.
Mm-hmm.
And it's led to some really sus stuff to go on. And it's just like
It just
I
doesn't
don't know.
set
I
a
think
good
that's
precedent.
I think it's a little like
Disingenuous.
weird that like I just don't I don't know. Like I it's kind of like a scratch in my head moment just because like I don't even know how to say it. Like I'm just why do you feel like you have to lie to people to so that you can get more viewers? And like I understand like I
Go ahead, go
understand
ahead.
people who want to like keep their private life private, right? Like I think that's something different from like I think those are two totally different things of like
Yeah.
wanting to keep your private life private versus keeping your private life private just so you get more viewers. I think that there's a fine line between those two totally different things. And like you know what
agree.
like Pokimane doesn't have to tell us when she has a boyfriend. Like I don't really care about that. But like if you're some like 50 viewer Andy and like oh like you know the only reason these people come watch me is because I'm like single and like people think they have a shot with me, then it's just like that's weird.
If
Like
that's
don't.
how you want to run your stream and like have that be your persona, that's on you. Like I think that's a weird thing to take advantage of, right? Because that's really what you're taking advantage of horny people.
Okay, so can I go? No,
I was saying, like, if your whole community is just dudes that want to fuck you, and if you're gonna lose a majority of your viewership if you have a significant other, that is not. I don't like. To me, that's not healthy for you and like your community or like you as a streamer, your brand, I guess. I just think I don't like it. Like I don't know.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
can I ask a question?
Sure.
So sex sells. Is that wrong?
No.
So,
But
go ahead.
How do I word this? Making your entire community think they have a chance to date you is not the way to do it. And I don't think Twitch is the website to be on for sex sells.
I don't know. I mean, people be selling their bathwater. I don't know.
I don't have any in my bathroom. Anyway. Huh?
Listen, if I as a guy
Could sell
like
bathwater. Oh, no, sorry.
no. Well, basically where I'm going with it, like if the world loved the appeal of women, I'm not gonna say the world loves women because obviously we ain't been treating women right. Please respect our women, please. I love
True.
them. Men are trash.
True.
And treat our women better. Protect. I was gonna use the derogatory term. I need help. But yeah, besides that, if I as a man could like appeal the same way with looks, the same way women can appeal with looks, I would do it. Like I'm not above that.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, can
There's
we judge people that and like I'm like there probably are men that can do that, but it's just like the 0.000 like 1%. But like obviously it's more common in women because women are fucking beautiful. But it's like if we as guys could do the same, would this still be a problem?
I see what you're saying.
And is
think
this an issue just because women can do it?
I don't think there's a problem with
Sex
showing.
sells.
Yeah, I don't think there's a problem with showing how pretty or how handsome you are. I really don't. Like there's people who stream and like they have zero personality, but they look beautiful, and that's why
Titty
people are there.
streamers.
And like I've seen guys do it too. Like
I know a
really
lot of
handsome
guys that do it.
looking guys.
Yeah.
And so it's not just
I
like a
want to
titty
see
streamer.
this.
Look, it's not just girls, okay? There are people, they're beautiful people on this platform that have a platform because they're beautiful, and that's just the way that things are. But I think maybe it's because we as smaller streamers have this idea of like um because we're smaller, we get to connect with people and be somewhat of a genuine like
Yeah.
have a genuine
Mhm.
connection. I think
There's
because we're smaller streamers, we have this idea, right? And so like when people lie about their lives to to
Grow.
uh, to grow, I think that's when we feel like this is kind of sus, this is kind of weird because like you're not being truthful or you're not being like like it's not even like being discreet. I think it's like straight up lying. That is like
Yeah.
that's weird, right? Because I think you know what, like be discreet, like keep your private life private and like have your life, do whatever you want, but I don't like don't straight up lie to people. I think like that's where
It's a
the
thin line.
distinction comes from. It is a thin line, and like um like I think at the end of the day, you do you. Like I really don't care. I just think it's kind of weird.
oh, you're back.
You offended him.
Damn,
Damn.
it
He's
be like that.
upset now.
We've insulted his Pokemon.
I lost my train of thought again. Because we went on a tangent about sex.
You have thoughts?
No.
I mean, I have another segue if you need one, but go ahead
Evan
and
asked me
let
this
that
a while
marinate.
ago. And he asked me how many of my friendships on Twitch are genuine.
That's
Which
good.
it's a good question. Realistically, majority of them aren't genuine. They're more of just mutuals, right? Rather than friends. But it's like almost like when do you draw the line, and like when do you know if like they actually want to be your friend or if they're just like nice to you to be nice to you to get something out of it.
Well, I think all of my friendships are genuine because I'm genuine. Does that not count?
If
I
you're
think that's
being
dangerous.
genuine, that's like you could be being genuine. It doesn't mean they are, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But
I feel like you
My
attract
friend,
what
he's
you.
asking you how many of your friendships are genuine. I think my friendships are genuine because I am being as genuine as I can be to the people that I want to be friends with.
Yeah, I feel like you attract what you put out in general, and you can kind of like.
But I'm talking
It
about
kind of
friends. I'm not
eventually
talking
weeds
about
Yeah.
out.
acquaintances.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's a different thing.
But
Acquaintances are
I
different.
think like what Evan
Yeah.
was asking me, because like I say like I know a lot of people. Like I just know a lot of other streamers, and we know each other. Whether if we talk a lot or not, that's different, right? Are those people I can genuinely call my friends? Probably not. Are we acquaintances and just mutuals? Yeah. But as what am I trying to say? I feel like if there is like another streamer that I do want to make friends with, I feel like it's easier than if I was a viewer. Like a lot easier because you're a streamer.
There's a mutual understanding of how things
Yeah.
work.
So it's a lot different, and I feel like
At least there should be.
yeah, a lot of people that are viewers think they can go about doing it the same way. Or there's people that are like, they have like 40 followers and they're like, hey, I stream, we should play sometime. That is not someone that wants to be your friend. To me, if you say that, I don't think you want to be my friend. You're just trying to gain something from me at that point. Right?
There's a process.
There is a process. There's a way to go about it. It is true. Viewers do hide behind a screen more than streamers. Because if you're another streamer, you see someone you want to be friends with, you raid them, and that's like a start. If you're just a viewer, it's a lot harder. But
and also shouldn't be your end goal.
Yeah, it shouldn't be your end goal either. But it gets to a point where like, what do you want to get out of meeting that person? Like, do you genuinely want to be their friend? Or like, does someone want to reach out to me to genuinely be my friend, or do they want to gain something out of it? Like, what are you laughing at?
Evan.
Head. Oh, okay.
So go ahead.
It's because I know a few people that have told me, oh, you should reach out to this person and be their friend. You guys, it would be great for networking.
That's not the same thing.
If I'm being told to reach out and be friends with someone to network with them, then that's not a friend. That's just like,
It's a business deal.
that's like a business deal. Yeah.
You guys network?
I just make friends. Like, I talk to people that I think are cool.
I've been being paid $50 an hour to be.
It's
You too?
You get paid?
I thought I was
Bro,
supposed to say something.
that's what I'm saying. That's the me hit nice.
okay. Am I cool? V
You
is
get
not
50?
cool.
You got a better deal.
I don't know.
25.
I think when you stream, there's a very thin line of friendships and people that want to use you to network.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't think I've ever seen myself in a big enough way where people want to use me.
I'm not big enough either, but it happens. Like I don't understand why it happens.
I'm too small for that.
In life, people use you for anything, even if you're not worth that much. Like, shit, we
You
get
know-
used every day. We go to these 9-to-5 jobs that the government be telling us to work for. Shit, we get used, and we ain't even worth that much yet. Well, that's what other people tell us. You in life, you're worth everything.
Well, I'm thinking
same
about like streamer ways. Like I don't
Yeah.
I don't ever think of myself as big enough to where people will be like, I want to be close to Min so I can be close to Wyvern, you know? Ha. Like I don't that's not a thing. That's not a concept to me in my brain.
That's kind of what never mind. No, it's kind of similar to what Elijah just said. Like when someone wants to get close to you to try to get close to someone that you're close with, that is fucked up. And I've had that happen before. And it also not kind of similar, kind of not, when you introduce two people to each other and then they end up getting 10 times closer than you were with either of them. And then you're kind of just pushed out, right? Because they end up being really close. And then they just vibe a lot more than you do with either of them. Which kind of sucks, right? Because you kind of feel pushed out, but at the same time, it's almost never intentional. So like you can't just bring it up and be like how do you bring that up? Because it's
I think some people just are better suited for each other when it comes to friends. Like I don't think it's anything on you or anything on the other person. I think it's just like, I don't know, the way people are sometimes. Like there's some people that I know I will never be close friends with. And like there's some people that like are unexpectedly really good friends after I get to know them. It's just different for everyone.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's also situations I've been in where I'm sure a majority of people feel this way. It's just natural, but you feel like you're always the one reaching out to certain people. Whether it's true or not, most people just feel that way. And suddenly once you say something about it, people suddenly start to care and be like, "Oh, I reach out not either like saying they reach out all the time or they care about you a lot." They're only bringing that up because you brought up the subject. It's like, and suddenly they care a lot. And like, but like, where were you when like before this got brought up? I don't know if I'm wording that in the right way, but
I know I get what you're trying to say.
You phrased that very well.
I've had a lot of people do that just because like my Twitter, and then people are like, "Oh, I care a lot." Like, reach out something. Like, why does no one reach out until you say something?
Because you've brought it to their attention. What?
Yeah, because they don't know how you feel.
Yeah.
Well, then, but why? There's a lot of people that don't reach out to begin with, right? And then they don't. I've had I'm trying to explain the situation. Going through it recently. There's people that I would reach out to most of the time either to play games or just talk. And it was always like me asking first. And then I suddenly stopped for a while. And then we just don't talk. And then I hit them up. I'm like, "Oh, we haven't talked in a while." Then they're like, "Well, it's a two-way street. Why don't you hit me up?" It's like, you never did either. So like suddenly I stopped doing it and then we just never talked, which I feel like is very emotionally straining. I don't know. It feels like a lot of people deal with that. So maybe it's just like, I don't know.
Reciprocation of energy is a really hard thing because it's like when you're just friends, it's not like if you're in a relationship, you can tell the person that you like are in a relationship with, "Hey, I don't feel like I'm getting like we're on the same page, like I'm getting the same energy." But when you're just friends and you do that, you can't do that because it's just like, who the fuck is this guy? Like I don't know you shit. Like why
Yeah.
are you, you know? So it's harder to gauge that same amount of like I'm going to give you back the same amount that you give me. So I think where it drops down for friends as opposed to like being in a relationship is what you expect out of people that are your friends. Because if you like expectations, like if you go into a friendship with expectations, like of course you're more than like I'm not gonna tell you not to, like to do you, but like when I have a friendship, I don't expect anything out of it. Like when we became friends, I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna have a podcast with this dude at some point. We're gonna do so and so, or like he's gonna make a birthday. What's that thing called? The
Photo board.
card where people a cardboard for me or anything like that.
Cardboard.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, this dude just wants to chill and play Pokemon for a few days, and now here we are, like a year later, best of friends. But like, and I happened to run into Mark at Kim's house one day.
Right.
Now I fucking love this dude.
I'm never.
But
gonna
I
forget
didn't
that
expect any of that shit to happen. I just put in what I put in, and if I didn't get the same thing, shit. That's how life gives you sometimes. You're
It's
not
a
gonna get the same
process.
energy. It's equivalent exchange. If you've ever watched Full Metal Alchemist, you should learn equivalent exchange is bullshit.
Great
And there's
anime.
no such thing as it. So put into the world what you have the capacity to put in, and let the world give back to you after, and see how far it'll take you.
The people I'm
road.
closest with, I mean, obviously you don't expect half the friendships you make, you don't expect to happen, right? Like
Yeah,
I
of
met
course.
Min
Those are the best.
because
Yeah.
she bribed me with a sub for someone's age. Someone we knew, she's like, I'll sub to you if you tell me how old he is. Easiest $5 of my life.
Easy.
And like I met her through a mutual friend that neither of us talk to anymore.
Yep.
And now we're close. But we don't even acknowledge that person's existence anymore.
Nope.
And then people like Mark, who I met through like Kim, and he was just some dude I saw on her stream one time. He was playing guitar. And then suddenly he's in my chat one day. And then we talk more. And then he starts streaming more often. There's people like Cal, who, okay, Julia tweet something, and it was, I can't wait to play, who wants to play Overwatch with me or some shit. Because I hate Overwatch. And Cal replied to my tweet, like basically shooting her shot. And now I'm super close with Cal because of a joke meme tweet that Julia made me tweet. It's like, it's just weird.
And what did you expect out of every single one of those encounters?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Maybe some head from Kid or something. Never mind. Huh? Anyway.
These lips don't work for free, baby.
Yo, that stimmy money hit.
Stimmy money hit. Are you on the same wave? Let me see it in chat.
I did expect a sub from Min. I expected to get a sub from Min and then never talk to her again.
Yep.
But she started streaming.
The best.
Half the friendships I've made is because they start streaming more. So it's like a way that I can talk to them more, like be in their chat. Like Jeannie, I knew her for like 4 or 5 months. She suddenly started streaming. We didn't like interact once until she started streaming. Then we got super close. Yeah, fuck Jeannie.
Whoa, what?
I barely talked to Min, and then Min started streaming, and then we talk all the time. And it's just, streaming has been in a way, a good way to make friends that for people that I would have never expected to make friends with.
That just goes to show. Sometimes we just don't need expectations. Fuck it. Fuck.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Go for it.
I had a thing. I don't know if anybody else has a
shit.
subject. I had something I was thinking of.
Go ahead.
Kind
of ranting.
Are there friendships
No.
that you don't have the capacity for anymore?
Yes.
I was thinking about this in the shower
yes.
the
By
other
that.
day. So,
What do you mean by that?
So for me,
Like it's
I
only held up
realized-
by the like memories and history kind of thing?
No, it's not even just that. It's like, so for me, I have a small amount of friends, right?
Sure.
And a lot of them are guy friends. And a lot of the way that like a guy friends work is that like you kind of fuck around with each other every once in a while. Maybe you roast each other, stuff like that, and it's just like whatever. And then you have different friends where like your friends are uplifting, and your friend like you have that one friend that's like always like cheering you on and shit like that. So
Yeah.
like I realized like while I was in the shower, I was like, I have no more capacity just like in my heart right now for friends that are like really degrading. Like those friends where your entire friendship is based off the fact that like you hate each other. I don't want any more of those friendships.
I don't know if I've ever had a friend.
You don't have a friend where it's like you literally like
Like,
like you won't tell each other that you love each other unless it was like one of you was like going through some shit.
oh
It's like I love telling my friends I love them. Like I love
no.
like uplifting my friends. I'm so sick of having friends where it's like, "Hey, dumb bitch." Like that's like I have no more capacity for that. It's
Oh, I
just
see.
gotten like I like Zach and I do that like what maybe like 45% of the time. It's like whatever, but at least it's funny. Like sometimes it's not even funny with like other people.
I don't think I've
And
ever
then
hit someone up like, "Hey, dumb bitch." Like, I don't think I would ever.
Nah, that's just me. I'm the
Hey,
toxic.
dumb.
Like, I don't think I'll start a conversation off like that.
It's like that guy. We're gonna be friends. No, yeah, I guess I no, I don't.
Brady just
I don't
DM
think
me. I
I've-
know what it is. Yeah, he says, "Hey, dumb bitch." Of course, I hate
I've-
Brady.
I feel like for you, Mark, I feel like you're such a nice guy that like it would be very like anybody that did that to you would be like an asshole. Like just
Mark's an asshole.
Me? Huh?
Me?
but yeah, I'm
yeah,
sick
I
of
don't
like
know.
toxic, not toxic. Like relate friendships that aren't uplifting. Like I want more uplifting friends.
Yeah, I don't personally have friends that are like that. I don't think I've ever made or had at least had long relationships with friends that behaving that way. But yeah, I don't think I'd have a very long battery or social battery for that kind of interaction. Like it'd
Mm.
be very like short lived, you know?
I have a few
Like
friendships like
you,
that,
yeah,
but like
you have friends like that. I've met.
the person I rated yesterday, that's how we talk. But at the same time, it's obviously a joke. We don't talk like that all the time,
Mm.
and it depends on the situation, right? Um, in a way, maybe it's just me, like banter and like joking like that. I've had people flirt with me by doing that. Like that's how they flirt with people. Is like
Mm.
jokingly insults like that. And I mean, I've done the same thing. Like if that's the energy I'm given, like I'll match it. And it's just funny sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's also the same people that know when not to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's people that know how to match energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, for
literally
sure. This
like a good example is me and Audrey. Like I just roast the fuck out of Audrey any chance I get.
man, I haven't been in Audrey's stream in a while.
It's so funny. And I'm the only one that'll roast her. But that's just like the friendship we have. But if someone were to like insult Audrey, I'd defend her. I'd be like, "No, fuck no. There's no way you're not allowed to talk to her like that." And I've had people like I know that have talked shit about like her behind her back, and then I've literally called them out. I'm like, "No. I know her, and you have no business talking about someone like that." But like if Audrey like whiffs a shot in Val, I'll be like, "Wow, you suck." That's it. But like I love Audrey and she's super cool. But like sometimes friendships like that are nice because it's like a change of pace almost.
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, I need the opposite change of pace because for me, like those friendships, like especially when like you stream, people will see that friendship and then try to immediately be like that, and I'll be like, bitch.
I know a lot of people that have had to deal with situations like that where people would try
It's-
to act like that when they don't know you, which is the worst
Yeah.
part. But a lot of people also flirt like that. So they'll be in a chat trying to flirt with the streamer by insulting them jokingly. And it just doesn't work. Like it just doesn't work.
It's almost a skill. It's almost a skill to be able to build up quickly to that point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Being being charming / having friends is a skill.
Yeah.
You know, something
For
that
sure.
you gotta farm over time.
Farm.
Yeah,
There,
Excuse me,
it's a
sir.
skill that you farm.
You're in a
Everyone-
level 60 zone. You still don't have the necessary gear to be here.
you can't go on raids yet, but like you're trying. You're trying to fit in.
I don't think you've hit the main city yet.
You haven't gotten to Unova.
So I'm kind of the opposite, where not the opposite, but there's a lot of friendships that are very emotionally taxing that I just can't deal with. Kind of like Min, I guess. A lot of people that require a lot of emotional validation. I don't have the energy. Like they're
What is that like though? Like for you guys?
they're
It's just like advice asking, or it's like, hey, like, am I right in this situation, or stuff like that? Like, what is it?
That's what I was saying, man. That's what I was saying, man. That's why I laughed. Because I thought that's what he meant. I thought it was a joke.
No, like, okay, I don't know how to explain this without sounding like an asshole. But people already think I'm an asshole, so like, who the fuck cares? If someone will DM me a 9-page MLA format essay about any small thing that happens in their life asking for advice, leave me the fuck alone. Like, I don't want to read it. Like,
That's fair.
let's
But,
say
you know-
you don't like. Let's say you went to McDonald's and you wanted spicy nuggies and they were out of spicy nuggies for the day. And you're like, oh my God, my life is so shit. Like, this is all I was looking forward to all day. Like, shut up. There's more to life than your nuggies. Like,
I also just don't think you're the person for that.
I'm not.
Which is
Yeah, you're
weird
definitely
because
not.
people treat you like that very often.
No McRib. Just go to Wendy's.
Bro,
Okay,
Evan is a menace.
there was a friendship I had, right? Any little small thing stream related, they would DM me about a whole long paragraph about the entire situation of something really, really small, of like someone in their chat that said, "Lol, you suck." Some random account made 3 hours ago, and they get really like upset about it. They're like, "I don't know what to do." Like, I'm like, nothing. Like, and
You're not cut out for this.
and there's also like this person, if they had a problem, okay, how do I word this? If they had a problem with someone else, they would give me the entire lore of that situation. And just like dump it all on me, and I give them my honest opinion, and then they would get mad that I don't just side with them. And I'm giving them an honest answer. And then suddenly I'm an asshole because I'm giving a non-biased answer. And first of all, they're dumping all this information onto my plate. And then when I don't just say, "Oh, you're right, fuck them," I'm a bad person. Which kind of sucks. And then like the only thing they ever DM me about is like a problem. And it's like once a day. They just send me a whole ass paragraph. And I'm just like, you can't just keep dumping this information on me. It is... Okay, Basil, you need to stop. It's overwhelming for me, right? It's overwhelming because as someone that likes my personal space, and I like... As I grew up just having a lot of alone time, and I enjoy that, right? I'm extroverted. I'm an extroverted person, but sometimes I just can't handle all that information at the same time. And there's a friendship I had. I'm no longer friends with this person due to just how we are. It's just not a friendship that was healthy for either of us. I'm trying to word it without outing people. So there was a situation where they were upset about something someone said to them in my chat, like they just didn't like it, and then they got mad at me. They were mad at me for something someone else said to them in my chat.
Was it bad? Like, was it
No.
obviously like something that? Okay. So
it was a
like
joke that they
boundary
made in
saying
the
that they
first
didn't-
place. It was a joke they made
Okay.
in the first place, and then like people kept joking about it because they brought it up in my chat, and then they got mad at me that it kept getting brought up. Shut up, you cock-gobbling bridge troll.
See, it's friendships like Steven that I can't.
And it's just it's so emotionally draining. And I feel like because I'm the type of person, I don't really have a filter. Like, if I don't want to deal with something like that, I'm not going to. I just don't care, right? I've been through enough shit where I just don't give a fuck. And I end up looking like an asshole. Maybe I am. But and then it gets to the point where they think I'm a shitty person because I'm not going to deal with all their emotional problems all the time. Which I don't think is fair. And I don't know. Just there's been a couple instances where people like just would like to dump information on me when I can't. I just can't be like an emotional dump.
I think it's just like in that regard, like as a personality type, you're like the direct opposite to like Min, where it's like you're not the sponge. Like maybe like I don't even know what like.
If people need someone to
You're
rant
like
to,
the distraction from the flood, as
yeah.
opposed to like what you use.
If people need advice and need someone to listen, I'll do that. But if it's something that's not really serious, I'm going to tell you it's not a serious problem and you're overreacting. Like, I'll just be honest. Like,
some people need those people in their lives, for sure.
Yeah,
like,
but then
not
they
being
don't like those
coddled
people
kind
in
of
their
thing.
lives.
Yeah, and that's like control your controllables. I mean, at that point, like
Just like the message with an emoji. I don't know. I kind of sound like an asshole right now. But if anyone is coming to me for advice, I'm going to assume they want honest advice. And that's why they're asking me, right? They want an honest opinion. And that's what I'm going to give them. If they're in the wrong, I'll tell them that. Or if I think they're in the wrong. And I don't have a problem listening to people's problems. Like, if they need someone to listen to, sure. But there's a point where not everything that happens in your life requires attention and assistance from other people. Some very small things you should be able to handle yourself.
Here's my take on that. I mean, we've been repeating it throughout the whole podcast, which is there's a process to it, and like you can imagine, like even someone with like a 20 to 20 viewer average, 30 viewer average, whatever. There's obviously going to be people that's going to come out and do that, right? So like the kind of like energy it takes to be a listener for somebody you care about it's actually like there's a lot of energy that's put in that, right? Because you got to like feel what they're feeling, empathize, put yourself in a position to really, feel what they're feeling. So you can imagine if like strangers on the internet put you in a position where you have to always be feeling, right, for someone's trouble, and you can't like physically be there to help them or like do anything for them other than just like be a streamer, right? It's just going to be taxing. You could just imagine how taxing that's going to be. So, just don't do it. Like, don't do it. Like, the stream is just there. Like, if like those people that say that, oh, like you helped me like not be suicidal on this day because I was watching your stream and you made me really happy. It's like great. Like me being me, the content that I've been producing has been beneficial in some way to you, I'm glad. And those happen, that happens, that's happened, and like that's great, right? It doesn't tax me in any certain way because that's kind of like reserved for people that really need it. And if you really need it, we can't be there for you physically, we can't be there for you and the other hundreds of people that are going to come down the line. So get some real help. Like get some real help because this is, if it's as serious as you say it is, you need real help. Someone that could be there for you, right? Someone that's a professional who understands what you're going through because we're not professionals, like, you know, we're just not. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even what I'm saying, I mean from like even it's like just a friend to friend point of view, right? If it's a really serious situation and you do need advice and someone there for you to listen and just like distract you or even anything, yeah, I'll be there. I'm more than happy to do that. But when it's at the point where every little thing that happens to you, you end up complaining about and being upset over, it's very overwhelming for one person to listen to every single thing. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a situation where this makes sense.
It varies from person to person, obviously, as well.
Like, if I have a friend that is going through a breakup and they're very heartbroken and need just a distraction or need advice or just need someone there for them, like, every day, sure. Like, that's a really serious problem and you just need someone there, right? If you're complaining to me about, like, someone in your chat called you ugly and you're upset and crying over that, come on. Like, that's like, what am I supposed to do in that situation? I feel like, and there's just I don't know. I can't think of a really good example of it, but
I mean, that's an example. Obviously, like,
call
I
them
think
pretty.
I think it all boils down to, like, don't call them pretty because then you're just gonna
Call them ugly too.
you're gonna
Call
like
them ugly too.
invalidate the way that they feel at the time, and that's not like what you should do. It's like different people for different situations. Like if somebody came to me like and told me like oh, somebody called me ugly in the stream, I could just talk to them about it. But like I'm that kind of person.
Yeah.
Like I like
Kinda
going into
are,
the
bro.
psychology of like how it is and like helping people.
Like, I get it. Sometimes you need to vent, and sometimes you do need to get stuff off your chest. I'm like that too. I've talked to Min before about stuff, and like, she knows that. But like, I'm not gonna be overbearing and talk to her about every single little thing that happens in my life, right? That's a little overwhelming. I feel like. And like, if someone does DM me, and I don't want people to like be afraid to DM me for advice, because like obviously I'm there to give advice. I do that to Min. She likes it. Like, I'm more than happy to help someone and give them advice because I feel like I am pretty good at giving advice. But there's only so much I can take, right? I have a limit to what I can handle. That's really it. And some people just don't know that that limit exists.
So know that limit. Figure it out. Understand it. Because it could make it break some of the friendships you want to build.
Like, I just get burnt
So-
out, I guess. It's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
What do we want to do? Do we want to run a few more topics and then maybe wrap up? Do you guys have anything that you like specifically wanted to talk about relationship wise?
I guess
Anything else
round
that
it-
we didn't cover?
I guess round it off with some like lesson to be learned, I guess. Which is just be genuine, communicate well. you know, if you're willing to engage with somebody, like understand that compromise is a necessary thing to continue, progressing forward the relationship, whether it might be like, what's it called? Boyfriend, girlfriend, like, or,
Just
you know,
friendship.
the friendship, communicate well, um, compromise, and yeah, handle things with a sense of maturity.
I'm debating if I want to talk about this topic or not.
Yeah, go for it.
It's more related to friends than relationships, but
Full send.
do you guys care a lot about what people think of you?
That's changed over the years. So that's like at the moment. No, not really. At most, like right now, like I think I'm the heaviest that I've been in a while. So I think my biggest insecurity is like that I'm not fit, but like all my life I've been fit. So it's like suddenly being like chunky is like eats at me. But like nobody goes to me day to day and it's like you're tubby, so it's like I never have to worry about that. But besides that, eh.
I mean, like,
Mhm.
emotionally, like, what do you care what people think of? Like,
I think I care if people think I'm a bad person. I think that I don't think I care about anything else. Like I don't care if people think I'm pretty or not. I don't really care about any of that. But I think if someone that I don't know thinks that I'm a bad person, or like someone that doesn't really talk to me and like, or like they like, oh, like Min's like a fucking weirdo, or Min's like, I don't know.
true, but
The Pooper?
huh?
I'm
I
sorry.
would. The quick answer to that is yes, but
Yeah, I think
the
I
the
would care.
more, yeah, I the quick answer to that for me is yes, but the reason why is because, like, I just want to be seen as me. Like, I don't want any misunderstanding of like the way that I portray myself to be, like, sometimes maybe I be being weird, and that's just like, who I am. And, or like, let's say I make some sort of mistake and then all of a sudden like I'm crucified for it and I can't have an opportunity to change, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like that would make me really concerned, because I would want, like, I would care that people would see me as like a human being, faults and everything combined, right? Because like I try to portray myself as genuinely as possible when I'm streaming or when I'm out and about or meeting people for the first time or even in like public. But if somehow that was like mischaracterized or like not, like it's not, I could tell that this is not like the kind of impression that people have is not genuine to how I personally see myself, then I would care.
Is that how you wanted to phrase the question though, or did you want to rephrase it?
No, that's a good answer.
That's like exactly how you wanted it.
Yeah.
Like there's some people, because I think I know where you're going with this. Like there's some people out there that I've met people like this in my life too, that like care about how they want to look because they're not happy with themselves, or they want to attract a certain group of people, and it's because by being this gives you the benefit of being there, because who you are now is not, insecurity, I guess. Who you are now, it does not put you where you want to be, so you have to act a certain way, so you're going to care about like putting up a front. Is that where you're going?
In a way,
Uh-huh. Because I've met people like that in my life.
there's a large portion of people that love to just shit talk me. Like that's almost their personality trait at this point. And it's insane the amount of people I hear from that tell me that this group of people does this. They will go out of their way to make sure that I don't make friends with someone because they don't like the impression I gave off on them. Not even so much like what I've done to them, because I've never talked to them in my life outside of like maybe Twitch chats, which is the craziest thing to me, that someone has the energy to do that. Like, I hate Diggy so much. Like,
All I said was your ADC over.
like they will go to my close friends and also people I have met recently and just talk shit like they know me, like saying I'm a really shitty person, a shitty friend, I manipulate people, I'm rude, I'm an asshole, and they've never talked to me in my life. And they will make it their mission to that it's known that they don't like me. And even threaten people to like ruin their life if they tell me that they're telling people this stuff. It's like, how do you have the energy? Do people believe them? Usually not. And if they do, that's not people I want in my life anyway, right? If you're not going to form your own opinion of someone you meet, then what's the point? Like, you're literally not making your own life decisions at that point. Like,
It's unfortunate.
like, I don't care. Like, honestly, I don't have the patience. I've been through
It's
enough
just like
shit
why,
to where
right?
it's why. Like, all I can do is just do what, like, do my own thing and prove them wrong, right? Prove that none of that is true. If that's their perception of me and they want to care about my life that much, go for it. I don't give a shit. Like, if you want to go that much out of your way to make it known that you don't like me, I have better shit to worry about, because I've never had a conversation with these people in my life.
So I feel like
it's so strange.
I feel like that begs the question, is it necessary to dissipate people's perception of you with the person that you genuinely are? And if so, is that something that you actively do, or is it just something that you do by being who you are?
Just
And
do
if
it.
that
Like,
perception fits, if that perception like still fits the mark with them, then like what do you do? Like, do you
what the
just
fuck did he just say?
like, fuck it?
Dissipate. I think you lost people with dissipate.
I think
Dissipate is to like make it,
you
because
just
like if
all you
somebody
ca-
thought I was an asshole, I'm sorry.
all you can do is really just act like yourself, right? Because
Yeah,
the
exactly.
biggest fuck you is to just prove them wrong.
But that's the thing.
Right.
That's what I mean. Like, do you have to prove them wrong? Like, what if they're obviously like in your opinion, you're not what they think of you. But like if you can't prove them wrong to themselves, does it matter?
Depends if you care what they think or not.
Exactly. So it's like, to me, like whether I prove them wrong or not is like not a factor, because I like if somebody thinks I'm an asshole, there's gonna be times like I can't do anything about that.
You literally, yeah, you can't. Like,
You can't.
all you can
it's
do is just
just
prove them
why.
wrong and make them look stupid, right?
Why
That,
are
but
you
like
the way you
that's the thing. Like
are?
I can't prove them wrong.
You can just be yourself.
No. Like
It's not your
even being
job to
myself,
Yeah.
they could like you could be yourself, and like in and of itself, like that person can still think you're an asshole, even if you're the nicest person, you donate to charity, whatever. Like somebody could like think that Mark's an asshole. I think Mark is the nicest guy in the world, but like no matter what, they're just gonna be like, I think Mark's an asshole. I'm sorry. I think you're cool. People think you're an asshole.
Then that's not
I
your
can't prove to
problem,
them that,
right?
like, yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like I just remove the responsibility. If someone thinks bad of me, like obviously it'll make me feel self-conscious or like,
It's like, why worry about
there's
things
a
out of your
group.
control, right?
Yeah.
You might
just-
feel
That's
bad,
like
self-conscious, yeah,
that
but
part.
there's nothing you can do about it. So why do you care, realistically?
Yeah.
it just begs the question, or it makes you ask, like, why do you have to do that? Like,
How do you have the
Which is
energy to do
fair.
that?
yeah, just don't. There's better areas to put your energy, more positive and more productive places to put your
For
energy.
sure.
There's better ways to go about doing things. Like, be the type of person that inspires positivity and happiness within people's lives, rather than sharing the, like, just,
Perception
I don't
of
know.
them.
Yeah, it's like negativity. Like, we have too much of that in this world right now. Just like share the
True.
positivity, get some good vibes out there. We need more of that. In fact, we're heavily lacking on this, so I contribute to that. It's like,
And also,
it doesn't end. It never ends well. It never does.
mm.
So why?
And also, if you have a perception of a person, like, I mean, sometimes it's like not necessary, but like talk to them. Like, I thought Min was one way, and she was like, "No, you're completely wrong." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like that clears up that perception of the person completely. Now, like if I have a conversation with her, I'm not gonna have that complete misconception. And also, I know not to go to her for like problems that like would tax her,
The
because
thing is,
now I understand more how she works as a person because I talked to her about it.
Go
so
ahead,
like
Min.
I think the misconception is like I don't want people to come to me because I take a lot of pride in being someone who my friends can come to. I will have energy for people that I love. And so like my friends have my energy. Like I like talking to Zach. I like talking to Steven. I like talking to Will, and I like talking to all my friends. Like if they have something that they want to get off their chest and they want to talk to me about because I'm the kind of person that people go to, like I don't have a problem with that. But I think the problem is like I think it's a personal thing and it's not so much of a of like other people thing because I think there's two conversations, right? It's like the conversation of like a random person being like I need your time and energy when it's like I don't really have the time and energy to give to someone I don't know.
Mhm.
And then there's the other one where it's like I want to help my friends so much that like I spread myself so thin
Too
and
thin.
then I'm fucked in the end. And it's like sometimes it's not it's not their fault that they come to me. It's my fault
Mhm.
that I like of course I have time for you and like I just don't have the energy.
Mm-hmm.
So like yeah. So
Mhm.
please, if you guys do have something to say, like for sure come to me. But like, you know, just like
I feel
I
like I
think it's a
relate to
personal.
that. I just worded what I said very harshly. But yeah, like she said, any close friends, like of course I'm gonna be there to listen, and like that's what I'm there for, right?
Yeah, the key word is
I
friends.
I do end up draining myself and getting drained by. There's certain issues that just like are very overbearing, I feel like,
Mhm.
and I do overwork myself in that sense.
Is like perception overbearing for you?
In a
What are
way,
like traits we all find overbearing in like friendships? Like, what are the most for you guys? Like the most overbearing trait, like traits where you're just like not another. Like I have one friend like that. That's like all I can do.
Uh,
off the top of my head, I think of like clinginess, but like to the sense where they need validation from me to feel like we're friends. Like
Hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't mind spending time with friends. I love just chilling in calls with friends, even if we don't talk. I've sat in calls with Min for like 3 to 4 hours. We don't say a word to each other for like an hour.
I went on a road trip with you last week, and the phone calls
Yeah,
drop every 2 minutes.
we just vibe. Like that's cool. But like if I'm in a call with someone and they need to be talking 24/7, it's very overbearing. Like if you're like, "Oh, it's so awkward if there's no talking for like 2 minutes." Like I can't. Like
That's not to say the opposite isn't true, because you just gotta find the right person to
yeah,
engage with
of course.
um to fit that need, if you do have that need of always communicating. Like there are people like that, and I know people that thrive in that kind of environment, but
Of
it's your
course.
job to figure out where you fit in the massive puzzle piece of like your growing friend pool, right? And there's a role that you play, not to say put yourself in the box, but like certain people require certain like different things, and like to add to that complexity, certain people need certain things at certain times. So that's the complexity of like friendship, and it's also the fun of it. But it's you have to keep continuously learn, engage these kind of things, and communicate.
I've
Yeah.
had someone ask me, they're like, "Are we not friends anymore? Because we didn't talk for like a week." I was like, "Huh?" Like, I understand people do need like validation and reassurance. I get that. In a relationship, I need a lot of reassurance, as most people do. Friendship wise, it's just like clinginess is fine, but it's like sometimes it can be overbearing. Not all the time. Most of the time it isn't, but there are very specific times. Other than that, I feel like I'm pretty easygoing, friendship wise. I'm pretty loose with what irritates me. I'm not loose. I'm pretty.
Yeah, he's loose.
Sheesh. Not yet. Anyway. Huh? I don't know. I really cherish the friendships, like the people in this call, where I can talk to them. We can like just mind our own business for like 3 weeks to a month, and catch up one day. And
Yeah,
it's like
these motherfuckers in a month.
it's like we just talk like we haven't not talked. It's just like that's just the kind of friendship it is. But I don't know.
Yeah, it
That's
just
just my
fits.
opinion on that.
It just fits. We've been like for, I mean, I could only speak so far with as far as my experience with Zach and Kid, but like it just happened to be that it just fit. Like we'll be in a call, like Kid will be playing League, Zach will be doing whatever he's doing, and I'll
be
just be
playing
doing whatever I'm
what
doing.
now?
But like yeah, like it'll just be like that. Like we're just silent. We're just doing our own thing, but we're just sitting there in a call.
The company is
And
very
it's chill.
nice.
Oh yeah. And it just happens to be that works out.
I think the three of us could be like roommates that don't come out of our rooms.
Yeah.
And Zach will just
For
make
sure.
food, and then like I'll grab it and go back to my room.
Yeah.
That's about it. And then Mark makes sure that we pay the rent.
And then he'll run out into the living room screaming GME to the moon, and then that's it.
Hey.
We didn't play League yesterday. I went to sleep. My best friend called me last night at like 10. Like, yo, what we doing tonight? I would have like gone out just because that's my best friend, but like I went to fucking sleep. I said, fuck that. But I love that dude. And now I have to like, I don't know. When my friends want to link and I don't. You ever feel like your friends hit you up and then you're just like, fuck. Like I couldn't reciprocate. So then after that, I'm just like, yo, like food's on me this time. Just because like I feel bad. I don't know. That's just like the person that I am.
It's a give and take. Like there are definitely, like I've had moments like that.
Yeah. Sometimes you just ain't feeling it.
No, it wasn't even that I wasn't feeling it.
Or you're tired.
Sleep. I was asleep. Exam season is a bitch.
I don't know. I said what I wanted to say.
But yeah. Guys, yeah. I think we've all put in our 2 cents. Any last final words? Any last advice? Guys, let's all give like one last advice on friendships / relationships, and we'll wrap this thing up.
Don't try to fuck streamers.
Yeah.
That's you, Zach. Don't try to don't try to befriend streamers.
I said fuck, but I mean, yeah, sure.
Oh, don't try to fuck streamers. No promises.
Oh.
TwitchCon 2021 is gonna be a slaughter.
No.
Anyway, Mark, go ahead.
Oh no,
Oh
go
god.
ahead, go ahead. You guys first. You guys first.
Menu, you want to go?
Last advice. You know, I think in the on the platform with the most people that are down bad, I think my only advice to give is to be authentic. And like don't why like don't
Why are you
this
the
kind
way
of
you
boggles
are?
me a little bit. Like just don't like hang your happiness on finding a significant other. It's not
That
all
is
that.
very straining.
Like don't do that. Like
Yeah.
you know, people smell desperation. So like that's another thing that drives people away, okay? Just
Yeah. Be
be yourself
patient. Yeah.
and things will work out eventually. Just
hmm
just chill.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could go. Like I said, I mentioned it earlier, but I'll just repeat it again. Be the type of person that inspires positivity and confidence in other people. Um, you know, and like if you're going through a rough time, like, you know, as everyone does, and you know, like understand that like as far as Twitch goes, none of these guys are professionals. So, okay, maybe like Dr. K if you get lucky to be able to, you know, have a conversation with a real professional, but like for the most part, the people you're watching are not professionals, right? And I know you want to hear it from them because you care about their content, you care about them, they make you happy, but they're just not professionals. And you need to hear it from a professional because they're the ones that are actually going to be able to offer you the services that you actually need. They just, yeah, they can help. But yeah, for the most part, as far as like people that talk behind your back or stuff like that, like just don't be that type of person. Realize that you are that type of person if you are, and be the type of person that just inspires confidence in other people, promotes positivity because it's, I think, statistically proven to be the better way to go about things. The opposite doesn't just, it doesn't work. It might feel like it does, but it doesn't.
Takes a lot of
Um,
energy to be
yeah,
hateful.
exactly. You'll realize that you'll make longer lasting friendships. It might take a little bit longer, but the quality, right? It's about quality over quantity here. You'll make more quality
True.
friendships. You'll make more quality, um, even like you'll attract more quality. Even like if you're a streamer, like more quality viewers. Quality, guys, quality over quantity. Be positive. Stay awesome.
A great friendship over the span of a month is better than a mediocre friendship over the span of a year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Confucius.
Kid, what you got?
Is that it?
Oh, what do I honestly? My advice. If you want to be a friend, just be it. Like
That's,
when
you know,
you like a lot of people
that's gonna
worry
slip
about.
through a bunch of people's heads right there, but
Yeah,
it's fact. Yeah.
that's a very woosh r slash
Yeah.
woosh type of thing.
Yeah.
That
But
people
there's a
would be like,
lot of weight to
what the
that
fuck does
sentence.
that mean, Kobe Bryant? God, I
There's a
miss
lot of weight to
Kobe.
that sentence.
Fuck. I didn't even think about that. But as like an explanation, a lot of people get caught up in the doing of a thing that isn't a doing, it's just a being.
Yeah.
Like how many people say I gotta go to sleep? But you don't go to sleep, you just sleep. Treat that, treat going to sleep and being asleep like being a friend or like anything in life that you just need to be. Because then
I'm
it's
telling you, this is a
authentic.
whoosh.
What?
This is a whoosh, but
It's
just
a
like
R
it's a
slash whoosh. Like, but
I
when
hear
you
you,
get it,
bro.
you get it.
I hear you. That's the thing. I hear you out like loud and clear, but I could tell this is gonna be a whoosh. Say
And it's fine. Cause I hope some people come back to the and I attest to this. Cause I didn't learn this myself. I was told this. But when you realize it, that's when you like it's like living life. You don't do living life. You just live life. And a lot of the people that have anxiety and all this stuff just are trying to do living life when they should just live life. When you relinquish the ability to do something, you realize how great you are at just doing it. And that's the best way you could be a friend to a person.
That made sense.
That's what I. Even if you're a bad friend, you'll learn from the experience.
Nike, just do it.
But guys, that's all from me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I enjoyed this podcast greatly.
Yeah.
You guys?
Had a good time. I'm glad to be doing these again. I'm glad Min was here. She said she wouldn't have a lot to contribute.
For the second time.
She told me she wouldn't have a lot to contribute to this, but I think she talked the most out of everyone. So I knew it would happen.
Honestly, I learned a lot from Min's insight on like her relationship.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but you contributed a lot there, Min. Good.
I liked a lot of the shit Min had to say.
Big thank you to Min for being here, taking the time out of her day to be here. She rolled out of bed to be here. Obviously give her a follow. And Kid and Mark. Mark and Kid will be doing podcasts either weekly or bi-weekly. Kind of haven't decided yet. Next one we want to do is probably about Twitch and like social media in general.
I'm sad now.
I mean, if she wants to be, she's
I
very
think
busy for that.
I think it'd be interesting if you guys rotated out the fourth person.
That's what I was thinking.
Right? Yeah. I think there's more dynamic that way.
You want about sex education? Fuck no.
All right. Well, I'll never talk to Min again. That's crazy.
Probably.
Wow.
I insulted her
forever,
I insulted her too many times during the podcast.
I think I'm a good friend. No.
That's not what I said. This is what happens when you try to be a friend in the moment. Don't listen to me, guys.
I've really missed these podcasts, and I know a lot of people have too. Super fun. I had a good time, even though this was pretty poorly planned. We probably talked 3 times before actually going live.
I think it went pretty well for like not a super rehearsed podcast.
Are you gonna continue streaming after all of us end call here?
I was just gonna raid and then chill.
You're just gonna raid?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm trying to find someone to raid right now. I think I have someone, but
I bought all the podcast merch.
What am I trying to say? What do I want to wrap this up with? Yeah, make sure to follow Min and Kid and Mark. Next week I will be opening a Pokemon box on stream. So I ordered a Pokemon booster box. I will be opening that. Next week I am also doing my chat decides what I buy on Amazon. I have a $200 to $250 limit, and you guys can choose whatever you want for me to order. My tax return hit. I didn't even get my stimmy yet.
Check your mom's bank. Mine went to my mom's bank account. So check your mom's bank account.
Interesting. Maybe.
I'm Canadian. I don't know how this works.
You're not getting a stimmy?
Exactly.
Biden got y'all too?
Shit.
They did give us like 1.5 million vaccines, so God bless America.
Yeah, so that's next week. Yeah. I don't know when Min streams. I don't know if she's streaming tonight. Are you streaming tonight?
Yoshi.
No.
Okay. She's not streaming tonight.
Fuck to sleep.
Yeah, I'm going back to sleep. I don't know about y'all. I'm so tired, dude.
What's up, Jimmy?
Yeah, thank you guys for being here. It was 3 hours. That's pretty good.
Appreciate you guys.
Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. It's been 11 months since the last one, so pretty long time.
Let us know what you guys want us to talk about too.
Yeah, future ones where there's more like stuff where chat can interact more and ask us a lot of questions. Those will be better. Can do like a Q&A session. This one was kind of just rant. I feel like
we'll definitely figure out our next topic. I don't know how Zach wants to handle like the questionnaire or the poll or something, but we'll figure it out.
Definitely want to be more organized, but
yes, we're gonna be more organized. Be here, guys. Be here.
Yeah, I will be streaming tomorrow as well. Probably Valorant and League, usual shit I do. Min, I don't know when Min's streaming next. Yeah, I have someone I want to raid. Super cool dude. He's playing Bed Wars.
You know how much
So-
that's gonna cost?
Mickey
Mickey
Mouse.
Mouse.
Nice stream. Good to have you here. Thank you for the follow. It's your first time here. I
I can get the
appreciate that.
guy from down the street. Put on a
Um,
Mickey Mouse head.
Let me start the raid, and then we can say our goodbyes.
Thanks, guys. Thank you
I'm gonna raid
again.
Yami.
I
This was
appreciate
fun.
all of you.
It was
Oh,
fun.
yummy.
Yeah. Thank you, Min, again for being here. We love
course.
Min. Woo!